What joining you live on Facebook and YouTube, your social media platforms in Ina, so I know pay ya. Obonye ni die kwanso ya na wa share amaye. Now this week in Ghana, company etu kwan na akwan a wotu ye no. Ninia Ibrahim Mahama private jet no de call. Ehun sem ye bebre. Ehun sem bisa na doson. Ebisa na dan na. Ya fa kon ya ye kwesisi wo France abedu. Eye. Ana service anybody works na ye koye ye no ye wie. And ye gusu aye bo mampani kwan a wotu ye. Ah wodi ni Ibrahim Mahama private jet call ye. Ehun sem ba ye yankan wie kra. An executive secretary di mama mpeni Callistus Mahama de ba yesa nyame ya domu a afia ye wo mi hwie be November o man ye benya private jet for presidential jet eno so ho nkomo e ba na wotwe asante mantemu dwamtina ne di ma NPP amanyoko chema wontume se winimu se o wasam e wo court abamira ni mukrati a wono kura yaye so afo hwe atentene ne so abono kwadu e wo mani di mu se MPP amanyoko amambu abreso sike bi kodi ni ho so mfanye koku akwan kana yiranse sem highlight kana ayiranse sem apako di be na adia ya did 9 million yekoto na yade emu 3 million na akoto a enyam even more than half and up to half erimu no aba mane se aban wei ayenhyehyeye e de electric prepaid meters fufro ba na fufro we nu a eba no ebu adwuma chen kane no ponsema eduonu na 24 minutes into 7 Ade Akye Abia weekend edition live on OK 101.7 FM so enie na Ghana this week and this week in Ghana and some sisi ye ne bi na yabo akire ede ama won ebi kan sim registration yi yes also be ye foforo I hope say we are aware na going forward ye be kwa akodi tomatoes hu dwanzo so kakra ya ma menom ne anu amema no mu a wo mko mosi krom Burkina Faso ko fa tomato so ba no sade Burkina Faso aban yesi ni se waban ne tomatoes a ye di free Burkina emfam ne o man kra ye di koso waban ne na Ghana hanso so se ya ye nim se ya ma menom ne papa no madwadifo ni bi tomatoes a ewo man mu no se enso to se ye de ne nyew wo mu kru kwa eko Burkina eko fa bi nso so ba na akoba ne sei no tomatoes adwadifo be ye dan ye be bon komo na kegron ana kekron gekron I hope say my body ni gekron eye kura won kwanta south kwanta south nunkuro to no baako eye gekron na abusa ede na aba ma wo mutiem se nipa mra nipa ma ye wuo tafo nipa ma asemato ye yo ede na aba gekron ade se military fo a wo makogu ho no echen Gaza mpapere no so de no military for US do amokọ akonkra wo Iran kra edodo onuru sa na ede na esi ho military for ko ho no wo mo yi wo dan aso is it true say wo mo ne military for na all right enkomo bi kan ho wo de ma me nkodi nkomo yimra na abadwafo nso betena se na ya bonkomo And some of your bro, we interviews here, be your views, discussion, your views. Wait to me, dear Bray. Oh, social media platforms in answer, Becking kind at the amount. On the line, I Eric or said to four, or your chairman, the Tomato Importers Association of Ghana. Ghana, you for one more Burkina Faso to cover tomatoes, Ebba, nearly be Adrian. Oh, one man so. Eric Machin. Hello?
Hello, me Joshua. Hello.
Not Boko dear.
Adum, you hear pa announce way.
Maraqua, no, yeah, papa.
And our body and I say.
Now, young Francomono and free in say. Burkina Faso, a buying. There were the other say, oh, Macrama tomato beer and yet overlapping, not even Bakumpu, from Burkina to any nation of the world. Tomato Importers Association from what Ghana has said. As a me buy, Mojan is saying.
So, wedding kind, Mr. a cheerful in a no crack. In our castle, no supper pepe. They are no Joada, a chair wing. And now, communicate if we about Tema a comment, say Burkina government is a only echa ijadimu. Nintosa would do only man or the corner factory. Na aqua yam. Me te asemu no me hu juri mi ye. To pass last year November me branan eko Burkina Faso. Me pay visit eko agric minister ho, me ko national security minister ho. Na me do agric minister ho no, agric minister no share me boss say this year no omo be my bumper harvest eko pass President Ibrahim Touale ebue prisoners ewo Burkina wo nyina so omo nko farms no munko dua tomatoes sebeya obenye bi feeding the factory no ne nsu ebenya dodo it was sure and say ebenya bumper harvest ndi ye ni je e ma ye da na se e ma ye bai afi de na ka bayira homa bayira ntumi amo a joade mi benya sa communicate ndi me boy kire e de ma Ghana mission I wo Burkina Faso. Omo ekere so mu di omu nya information bi asa nti me send communicate no informa omo. Ti me send de ma omo. Ti me de ma omo no omo say ombe engage government no omo hu say de aba bontin no kretro do. You kwada no ofre me say no kre. Omo nso abo ekere e de ama Ghana government. Say onye na oni hu juma. Ndeja Mama ye na wotumi nu se na wotumi nu no eso a ma insi hobio e me fa tomatoes ebre wo mu nso ye bre a ni tomatoes e wo Ghana ha en tenkoda nche na to renchem eto yen eno akiri nyina nti enka Muslim for Jumedi Omudi and Easter ye baby, Nanka Yamay, when it has for say, Keneke, occasions a bit to say there, in your tomatoes are, Omonso, Yabetonaja, Omanyo Makakrawa, Edia Rifi. Na Kofi Antoata, Sa news he appear. Na Nimiye say, Abano, Ebedi Juma, Ecopaze. National security for ma yenso ye chro petition the ma omo ye de bi kwa agric ye de bi kwa trade ye de bi kwa foreign affairs se ta bandi imprimpi ya de ebe ha yen ekui ebe ha wo man Ghana ko ba se wo man mu de obi ape tomatoes ye nti ebi ni ye na ye stop yen ebi ni ebedi nim se aban no so afa the serious no payano Ghana embassy affair ascend fly be there abremi na ni nyina ne say omampanin ne mpanyinfo ne Burkina Faso gusu edi nkuta ho about the ban.
I don't know, Eric, Ebani say, ya na titru ni ananu yi a to renchem ekoto adwadifo a wo mko Burkina Faso kofa tomatoes abe yi a ebimfo ekosa ne to digu wo mso yi a yeti hu ni so yi koma pie free mu baaye na je na bibisa ne se Ghana ye tomatoes no enso yenya na against reporter ya yenya especially from tomato growing cities wo mai mu se tomatoes ni bi kura tumi gu ho pro a yenya atofo
yo tomatoes no minimum ye say Ghana yenya bi wa bra insio eto insu tobre na me kire say efiri May ekopim December ni de Ghana ha yenya bi ewa ha na tomatoes no emre ko nanim no na emre esesa aka ne nanga yeni aduane bi efe ne se fried rice ewo ho di numa ne se wano amo na wayo stew na ade aka ho emre ne dane no aduane bi bepo e se fried rice ema nipa tugu so eni je ho emeka se nyina omugu so edi fried rice sana tomatoes yetete bre no na yewo tomatoes bi a yetu din se rasta sa tomatoes no bo nsa papo bi wo ho na wo be pae mu no ensi onko a enti no emra ba se tomatoes ahodo apuetie tomatoes bi da wa wo he no ho akono no kra wo kon bedo nto sofroye wo pae mu a aduane nko a enti sa tomatoes yi na ye nuanom Burkina Faso ebia enu nti no ye ma ye nuanom akuafo Ghana se ntos no adwaman so no de omo peni eti wo se mo nso mo yeden mu dua no bi na atumi aboa ama so di kodwaman so a ya to e de amawo nse aban otwe mu koye no or the program be by say COVID-19 care for tomato ma okra sa seed ni bi e de by a great directory deputy director a friend ma Esther onu na na da sai tumedi na no one me e de ko me aso kuafo ahodo ma e de me ma wo enu anom wo do ma hinkru omudua saadua ba no idoma hinkro be hunu se omunto suba lipa guso gidigidi a yeto e de beja man so kopa se wo de ba wa tomatoes no itumi de yebibia wa fie kura wo betumi anoa no wa blend na de agu bottle mu de si fridge ma wo be use along but de ni edua no kane no meka mituni din se rasta no o blend na di si jaso a obehu na se nyina asa wo chansin no ekopa se eyensuo nko a eti eno ni eguso ekyrekere yenuanu mo wo tiobodom bunu is afi etwem kane no mzo omudua enyeyi enye se enyeyi ehu adwuma ye na eya afi omudua bi esen dua local wine no omo ehunu se nkofo tugu new one so na local one omunto enu na true baby a na omo say omunto so no abre apro yenkoto dabi eye eduaba a omudua no ene senia omo package omu tomato so no ene etoda ekofa ekinwaje edeba ekuafo ne ejadifo no entem it is ebeko so aye nioma afe ya sesan ya dwene na ban no so aboa yen wa mra o pebre ye betumi anya nsuo edua tomatoes a Ghana ye betumi aye all year round farming about tomato sa wo how ya Burkina Faso dia bay ye bedru bebe no ye beka asem afa ho nenso enye how enfa mayen ye de beka history ho na Ghana so yetumi enya ji tomatoes e wo man
na we na akoba na sa so mo amba mo 2 weeks ultimatum yi de na me bisa ne se ye nimbra ban na eye effective a wo mbesan so eye free ho enti ensese ben and Tomato Importers Association of Ghana my regarding se Burkina and the way sia said the beya yenya shortage of supply ewo oman yi mu mo sese ne mo ni tren
yo yen de yen hise mu no Burkina ne bia the group February say aye mean to na is coffee bi apart from Mohono there was a time Indians be eba Benin and mommy invite me mammy call. Me call you know. Send you did tomatoes or Ghana hano. Then you had the umbe to me as supply and dodo. If you are me qua 2 trucks, if you 3 trucks, Nama, Kumase, and then crime. Kumase ne Accra, and it take large quantity every day, especially in crime. Accra and daily, almost to offload 15 trucks. And San Kumase, so to me offload, it be a 6 trucks. And Sana other regions, Cape Coast, South Korea, any other. But Burkina to me and supply. Because you do last season, yeah, you import no aging 40 to 50 trucks daily. It's not weekly. It's about daily basis. Almost an abandon. And as I see, so you need to do my in the idea, I have big blow on my end. And the big blow, no soon, so, a beba on mine, so, Papa said, the consumers, no, and our Ghanaians as a whole, no, about 90%, and no money, fresh tomatoes. If the Americans say, from May going the Ghana, the Enebeba, in the Abino, and she says, or no more bidding Kitano. Uncle so am I now almost extended bandano, and the ending of this month. Yeah, let's say the whole month of April, tomatoes home a bayadeno. Now, we had the answer in Sin so, or man Ghana so, I no bayadeno.
Ban say money aban kitawudie say especially aban so ye hwe ene enuane so
oh ban say a Greek ministry where me etoto ma no bisa me nsem bebre that also national security free say omo be engage yen that very day na omo free no na e bring memo mami to me and Kobe. Me Secretary General, I friend until Afoli, a 2 Sana Mono. Now, all corners one corner sapphires are or petition at the my government, at the Bima national security, or the Bima trade, or the Bima agric, no, the Bima foreign affairs. Say, Omo Enche, na Omone government, no, I Burkina, Nkasa, no more extended Omo ban. No, and for my 10 year a bit to me aboa. And no name is a buying a tia or Mugusu disankita. Here, a bay yield positive at their mind. Other than that, you need option. They are.
Yes, anyway, Eric, the man that's on a pay.
Miss Medama.
Penny and Nakasa, Eric Oseto for on the chairman, the Tomato Importers Association of Ghana. Ma many ye papanum a jodifua, one would tomatoes unja. Tomatoes unja, Mudino, Wamoko Amanone, Burkina Faso, Ekofa Eba. Now what we ena Burkina Faso are buying at the buyer say, or bra tomatoes are the free. Burkina edeko amman hudwo nyina so na 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 mebisa Eric say ya sasi yi a enchire hwe se bi se obi kura na obeye duane na tomatoes ne moko ne jene na obeto hunso kura gu ne mfitira na efifi yetumi krakra ne ma kra tomatoes ni na ma se ko ba se bibi e kra free at the ban to so a affected that much whereas kebetumi aye wo man mu ade na abanti ama se Burkina ban export of tomatoes a affected of man bi to say Ghana. Anyway, 42 after 7 mekai nyamya dom yakopie mu wo Israel na wo hwe said ya wo masas na tie but yet they grow whatever they eat. And it is a come hotels say ya na time say we go breakfast and lunch and dinner vegetables and yema yedua a yedi e wo ho bebre. And fortunately and as surprisingly woman crab akokra even asase kwawia so saa Middle East asase ewa ensuo time say once a year asase anokra mpo tumi dua nobaya ma woman kra free baby a anyway mebo wabane se adesha womo wage kron e won kwanta south womanu demu a womo bobna esu twe adwo etiem ese nipamra wajofo wan na yankwai na yankwa hwede esi eye no krese me mama muntete beni oba before complain asojafo akogu kromu ho na womo bada ben die ntra na die ene womo ye Fidelix Gesu eye mebuna womo wo kronum womo dwamtene ne chairman of the youth ewo gekron in Nkwanta South. Bama Fidelis, Martin. Hello? Naboko there. Hello? Hello? Abusafo ye he say Yensabeka Gesu Fidelix biem chairman of the youth in Gekron na nia Yensaka this week in Ghana and na yetu wana makwa hwe dia aba echire na ya hwe say soldier for na ba ye no mda ho especially na ye bisa say o mama na ye na de o mu bepie ho ya say Yensaka Fidelix biemu a na ya ne twetwe nkomo bema mache
yeda
na boko de
na
ni ayete ye say asojafo ababa begu kronum no ebia na obi ayekotofoforo wo nsemu a de dika nie kura no a wote asemen eye no kura say military for aba kronum no mo ba da ben na for what reason
Pacho no crese military for aba de kron kroduamu na sansem a ekokoso emre bia etwamu a eye menteme ho asibi ewo Nkwanta South municipal munu eho empopoye bi enana besin call kiri na ebe call kiri no eho no mo de chalafo ni atwodefo na echi ho entina menteme ho ase no ekese wo ho pa enti tututo eni adanhye ekoso na sebio ka frage kron eben sa kro no se ufi Nkwanta eko kiria obesin sa kro no ansa na waduru ho na nokwa nyamia ni mu ni se de kron de eyatodefo nkwa na ewo ho sebi fiti abrasa nsemu yi esi ye no na ge kron die ye ni obi biara enya ham so ye enti asumdwe na na ye nyina ye bo mpa ye se ebeba ama ye nuanu atumi atena e wa asumdwe mu na sebi enye dia edikan ni paso enye dia edikan ni abre biara etiotuto ebekoso wo kieri no asrafo no enwuma aban ede omo baa se omo meye e wo kieri no omo jai sa nwuma no e wo ho na omo di omani atege pro
Fidelis which is
paso metie
na me bisa se wo se dia ya aban de omo baa wo se omo meye na aya wo mu jai eno to na me bisa se de na ya ye de omo baa wo se omo meye a wo kire mu se aya wo mu jai eno to yi
omo di omo ba ye e wo kiri se omo be make sure that mudwe mapa e be ba kiri na atutrasem bi erensa nkoso e wo kiri enti ba monti na ye yesu se omo di omo ba ye se omo mra emfa be ma adehia omo ho no mo ha enunti abre biara etio beto e wo kiri no na e kire se yen de kron hanum na omudi omani ekire omuba na afede omuboro emrantie mi amene wo kasayi abrebi atwamu omubo me saa na ebo na omubo me no ye trezi ko wiase no na sebio kafra nyansasembia enimu in a sense wo ba ye krodua ni mu emrantie no esiane se wotabo omunti omuhu no omudwane ko enwuram ena na omo kire se omumu baako efre yen asembu woman ebo na mane se asrafo na san aba hono mo ebro emrantie na asembu woman frɛ me se eye no kra na ena me se me ankasa de manfa maniwa anhu because eba se ye dwane no me so me de me ho e kan wura enu nti se sia ye kasa ye me wo wuram ena o hye me se asrafo no se omo pese omuhu nipa baako pɛ na omo ne no enni enkomo na onsa omuti emma ono asembu woman so man for monta nka obibia openyi kese asembu woman frɛ me kasa nsemu ni kire me na me so okay enne emekɔ 30 saa de so mu nipa bia de mekɔ koduru ho no mo no ofa enye burukuma omo bomia ma me ankasa me hu yes maniwa krampo me hu ade biom
aya wa ya no ka se wo mo bo
me mo ne me ekasa yi omo bo me ampa ama eko wiase krampo hospital na me kodae me da hospital no for
no na omo say reason any say
omo say assembly woman efro omo ka kire omo say ye ya report omo aman say omo bo anipa me si baby enya santi na me baaye assembly woman se me mra na me ne mo medi nkomo na me nsa muti emma omo say mo bro obibiera e wo krodua yi mu oh ende mijibi ye pa omutio na nkasa echi ana eto no omo de bubo miti omo bubo misa enti eno krampo no ankoya asema ye se twe time because anyabia obi frɛ sɛ omo boro enti sɛ omo ebehu sɛ omo mo de definitely omo abufo petimi akosoro anano branda bi match eda edikan ana second omo bahanu mu ebetwentwe mrantie ne nkokoro ne murwa epue fidan mu eburuwom dientia omo ntumi ankyere enti sanse mu no course ne ye se definitely yentumi mfa anhye ye ho enka se ye tenafo ama dia ensem fata no abesi because ebi anya si abronko da omo koto civilian bitio e wa abronko na ehun sisem ekunkwan ho no ma nipa dwene ho a onte ase enunti eba me sa no ye ko MC ho no mo ekobọ na mane sesei na asrafo no mo de omo ba ya ono ye omudwen training chairman of the municipal security council eyi na empanyifo se emfa metu nanim asrafo no tetien omo boro ya mrantie omo di ehun kese ehye yemu ya dan mu krampo ye ntumi nna enunti onhwe nka ho bibi ena o hye ye bo se oni omo be kasa no mo kasa definitely ajibre obeba on the 5th na ye call ye sebi anano 18th etio san to e wo kieri etio no to ye no o man tena kieri biom de kro no mo san de o mani e kire ye o mo ba de kro na de kro na o mo de o mamoka ebeduru ye mrante na o mo gina kwan ho a omututu aduane adi akwa afumu no saa mmeranteɛ no so ɛna ɔmatu ahwɛ ɛna afɛ deɛ mmeranteɛ yi di America no mu omututu na ɛna ɔmahyɛ ase ɛtututuo animanimu a omutututuo about 6 yɛti yɛ na 6 gunshot ɛkɔɔ yɛde yɛsi yɛntumi ntena ɛna ɛdi yɛti ɛdi mu yɛde ɛho nkanwira na afɛ deɛ America ɛna na ɔmudi yɛti asɛ sebi kraman ɛne aboa abokua ɔmutata ya mmerante na ɔmukyesi ɔmukoduru enwira nanu a ɔmunya kwan de ɔmuhu di mu ɛwɔ nwira no mu no afɛ deɛ etuo na ɔmasane agu ɔmo so ɔmutoto ɛhyɛ nwira no mu tɛtɛtɛtɛtɛ enti sebi etuo toto na ɔmubɛto wɔ gekron dua mu ha no mu ɛburu etuo 20 ɔmutoto tuo more than 20 ama mmerante ne bi kura mpo ɛnɛ yɛ kasa yɛni enya mo ɔmo so yɛ yɛhwehwɛ mmerante about mmerante miɛnsa yɛhu ɔmo yɛ na ɔmo yɛ saa wie no yɛmma bi a ɔmo ne ɔmo kunu no mu ɛwɔ akurase ɛwɔ yasase ɛfa bi no ɔmo kɔ hɔ no mu ɛkɔ hyia saa ɛma no ɔmo anto ɔmo kunu no mu nti ayɛyade a nipa dwene ho a ɔnte ase no ɛna ɔmo de hyehyɛ so ma ɔ
Fidelity sɛ yɛtie wo deɛ a mode motumi baabi ayɛ a obi na kwaka bɛka mo right
Debi pacha ye de tie baby
anɔpɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ yi what is say
well anɔpa yi ɛhɔ ɛdwo kakra esia ne sɛ yehu sɛ reports ni press conferences na ye nti no ama ɔmatete no aba fam kakra ene sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo amukaba ɔmo bɛsen na ɔmo nyina krodua ne mu biom
and say mranta no ɔmo to owura mu no ɔmo nyina abafie
miɛnsa ne de yenhu ɔmo yɛ
but as we speak ɔmo kɔ afuom de obi de ɔkɔ eyi nso so kɔ eyi obi agu about the normal duties one
assistance de obi ankɔ afuom because who nimba bia obesen akohia omo because this time no enwira no mu na omo nenam enwira no mu na asrafo no enenam
na mo mabunu so aya na mo ho ahomete mo nya wo mo hwe mo nkasa ntia wo mo nya bibi obi beka se retaliation
eja enna na America no yen hanu mu emabunu no ye ho nya ahomete bia ye ho enya ahomete ya nkasa ntia won ya kakasa bia ebema omubo asori ana bibi sei ena na mekai on the 19th no ye de ye sori ye se anka ye hwe bibi atafura akoye mfom ene ye nwuma so eno ane se abrante agina to ni koku a hey omuti simu a afedie America na omudi edi echi enye se bia sebi obi akoka bibi atia won ana obi kita yi akudie bia obeka se okita akudie nti o penachi ena na o mpesa obebre ne ho ase nti na wotutu sa tio no debi sa de no eni ha no mo sa de no eni gekro dua mu ha ha
all right my na ja no pay
me so me damase
ni ane ka say eye gesu Fidelis oya chairman edema mebu na wo mo gekron e won kwanta south this week report by say to baby going about their normal duties and soldier for bao abebro wo mo amane ne ka say yekro ya chairman no was it ono kra dia fa nani ase no abro ne se me kronfo ama nani na kra kata anyway na ya bekon komoso na anza na bekon komoso no na watchi asemba ko a ene nso ba ya mesra bedwafo na ya kan wasem kakra eye CAF Confederation of African Football se CAF ma tamfo anya ye wo maton ya ma ya tamfo Can you imagine say 2025 right? 2025 African Cup aye boy yeah. Senegal ne host nation Morocco equal finals. Ma Senegal for no hu say referee na bonitimu pose obesisi wo mo. Eno nti oje penalty ma Senegal for yes wo mo mobiem. Coach no boa wo mu ina no so mo mesen ko dressing room. It took Sadio Mane to make consultation bi glory wa mu ina no amokasa e no ko fe ni nua no mo ba mo to akense ne so. Penalty ni referee na se na adwene. Wo so waje penalty no waje. Ena eja Brahim Diaz awo sina kan de ma Real Madrid ekobo penalty ise no. Ebeka kakram ya pon na Senegal fo nya chance bi ase de o ma ne kuro ya atwetwe ya pass ye na onyonko ka to atenem. Senegal fo wi ni African Cup ya je cup yi de kodadaada. Afidi ya nkwote a CAF say wo mu wo legal committee e wo CAF na Morocco for the petition abeki protest say kwanya Senegal for fa so je CAF no anye kwan paso na e wo mu enhihye yemu say ye bo match na say two teams no baako ante ne ho ase match ne kwaso no na so free park ne so esan so ba ya fa ne say o free park na so call ye no we jabo no bo and the very moment team baako be free field no so akọ dressing room wa bra referee mo aben say ya pon no yambo regulation time ni wie ye no omo nchi se yemu no omo fa ne say the said team no abandon match no and we lose ama CAF the legal committee akwatena asem no so abebo amanze ina amane say Senegal fonfa African Cup ne mra na omo fa nkoma Morocco na Morocco ne wini ye aba edi ankra edi aja den nunku asesem kra ni wa bra mi why dia Senegal for ye no ma sanction wo mo mana ze mi bo ma sanction wo mo kra ma sika kra bi kra ka ho se wo muntia ma fan ne wo mo ama Senegal coach na on the lead battalions no mo free park no so match na so enti munum se ye bi sa wo ho a one ada na match ya fiti ya bobo yiwie ye kodi bronya ina awia bedi new year afina mode sanse seye na ba na adana manfa we na mma before mo be sanse wo mo entitama na mo sanse wo mo na munum se mra bi se wo ana na kawofo no a o mate wo masum na wotwe yi o mate wo masum papa because wo Didier Drogba say we react and I say, if CAF dares to take the trophy from Senegal to Morocco, after all this time, it won't be football anymore. It will be a pure politics. Didier Drogba, at the end no. Now, my name CAF president, no. Mochepe. Yeah. Enti onim CAF no a wabeye ne president ni history on 1976 on reading history emehu say African Cup you see akan wo Ethiopia Morocco wini ye no tio 50 years ago Morocco ye kan once me wo walk off the pitch. Now I'm not getting an able. The final match, I'm not getting an able. 1976, they walked off the pitch. By yesterday, almost answer by me to a case in the summer, almost a guinea, and me had a cup no more McCoy. Egozi say amusepe we die watena wa se emfasa na Sadio Mane and I said this has gone too far. This is not a football we fight for. Corruption is killing the passion of millions. Players give everything on the pitch, but trophies are decided off it. I'm not just disappointed for Senegal. I'm ashamed for African football. Our victory won't be erased, but this decision is a disgrace. And somebody on now even. Hakim Kra was the captain, Moroccan team no. Our bomber PSG Kra or no Kra no. Careful say and fuck up no come out woman or say honestly. It doesn't feel right. Me assure you uncle be can say unu pa check out for na. Or yeah King James bro funi bi. It doesn't feel right. Me assure you uncle be can say it doesn't make any sense. Also, we lost the match on the pitch, and everyone knows it. I don't understand why CAF decided to change it afterwards. Being told you are champions months later doesn't mean you actually won the game. Oh. Krofakasa papa. Na meba. Oh, chaza Krofakasa. El Hadji Diouf. Once upon a time, hey, so now that don't bote no association no. El Hadji Malik Diouf say, also why disappointed. Also he said trophies should be decided on the pitch, not through emails or official letters. Now, Senegal President Krana, ne den near me. Was it hey? Then cross it. I say cap no more fanko. I say David no more fanko. O mu ni baby adeko. And I just a cap and kata ba Senegal. Na wo mu wura wa. On be gi baby on be hu say cap na ha ne se. Samuel Eto'o fails. Samuel Eto'o. I say they have given the world a reason to never take AFCON seriously. This is my point. Already, no former Manchester United player, yeah, and say who know for African Cup no. So, and as Samuel Eto'o Diaba say, CAF has given the world a reason to never take AFCON seriously. How will you lose a final and win it 2 months later? The whole world knows the real winners. Senegal have proof that they won the AFCON. There's and many more. And I hear reactions after CAF say Senegal for a cup on Namra. No more fan come Morocco. It's a winner we need. All right. Therefore, Samanum up and on what you Ade Akye Abia live on OK 101.7 FM Senior. This is the weekend edition with me, Chief Captain Field Marshal or Henena Kwame Amo. And pay Amanyasemo nim di fo ne pade hunufo a ye no masin konwa and semwa na watchi edi ahima ye pani na nuagubre. We la show, the last political show of the week. Already seated Deputy National Communication Director. Sorry. Yeah, Deputy National Communication Director of NPP, George Krobia Santienim. When you ruha, you need an acquaintance, say, or Babakayon. But already seated, George Kojo in the Kibi, member of the communication team, the ruling party, and DC. Menkonamne and say, and Comotrichino, no assay, and Anopay. Uncle George Martin.
You know, I want to say.
I do more, eh? Now, say,
Ade Akye Abia. See, Ade Nyamiadom. Near baby, I am a boy, a homebody need ye. O money ko ye my crack a crantina, ye de Nyamiase. Near Bompires and Yanko Pomebo and Ade Abechina 1 quatentin.
When you done ase. Na minim say won ye Muslimi ni dia but e dan ya wo Muslim friends inti ma me ma obaka da sala. We be later.
Barka da kede. Barka da kede.
Na I'm not with DB.
Oh, me DB. Me DB. And that granny a bedi na you know. On say no ankasa ne de omo nya hwe o. Enra de so omo ko bom pae. Enti
officially the baby ye.
Enti nda na omo ebe sheda ekunkum muwa na omo bekum no. Na nda na wo wadanfo bi a wo be kono ho. Ebe kwa kodidie no na wa kono ho. Enti endeni officially say omo ni ombe ye bia ombe ye.
Anyway, and baby ami we me wo Muslimin and amfo bi omo me dan ho pe. Enti wa kai me say de me fira na se me ko a and Alhaji Wahab alaye alaye so and but bibi say Alhaji Wahab na o say Ramadan de wo nkum hwi o
omo nkumba say ebi mo be chiche te say enam nketenkete bi omo de be ma
kakra
ya na nsheda nye kuntan sa ba kakra bi at least os Muslims no one thing say menua yenka sembi menyan shase de en chia madam for Muslim for no
en ne chia omo preko
ya ma menyan chia omo preko anapai so nyameda me papa ba akopɛ Alhaji Yaya Kundo ene de enchia na ekɔ nyina be kwa ma Muslims for every say na de omu day ne yewo mu enti na say we Christian na say wa anti enchia bia emo obunfu Alhaji Yaya Kundo anope me chiao nyame ntu nkwadem wa ya de nkanya wo Alhaji Yaya Kundo a musen kanu ma bebre enka enkoyie wa ya brabum anope enchia kwama o agye tai ya agye ba akopɛ oso anope enchia kwama o agye bintu former CTV
producer yo agye bintu de na ba ku ine besi mitrimu
oh nya wono a we de na wono so no ye we agye bintu we de na ono so no wo CTV na ono so ye presenter
okay
agye bintu na Mr. Majid Tatale Sanguli constituency Mr. Majid also Michiao and Tatale brothers nyina omuye Muslim nyina me constituency no all our Tatale brothers only sisters any aunties no mo Tatale nyina Michiamu nyina anope na ya brothers omuwo NDC mu nyina omuye Muslims ya papa no mu ya maame no agya no mu ena ya papa Alhaji no mu ena ye nuanom omuye Muslim fuo nyina anope enchia kwama mu nyina baraka da sala mundi no asumdwiem na nyame ndim engina mochi anope de enchia mewa mede mamu asmu nuano no na mo Muslims ne de emre biawo na me ba beka bibi me nua kwame Muslims no mu wonu ado bi a ye ne ayese ye Christians no ye ni bi
ande no kre
ye ni bi
ande no kre pa
hwe eduru ye we be frɛ me ha George bra me wakakra bi abra me nyina ye ntena sini yendi ono ana be fa phone afrɛ o ono ana be fa kokora na so oni aduane a o se o me ni aduane ba we na me wonte wo de agina kɔ but ebeye den se Christmas be ba ro betre ba bi na obi betre ne fie no afrɛ o se bra me bre ye nidi ebeye den ana wenum no mu kire nuado obekoduru kura na se de okum nam de wo kofie nam obekukura de am okura no eburu nkukɔ be miensa no wa ma wo mu ebia 5 kilo e ba ko ososo fa kɔ na woni webusuafo nkodi Muslims no timi ye bibia manafa ba eba ye ne Kristofo no a emle bia ye de ye ending point me da ase ye de emle bia de be receive me da ase
as a goalkeeper
ya this goalkeepers emle bia ye de receiving point nkwa na ye de ye wo mu enti enua muslimi fo no mre bia ya na ema nipa bebre transa na okonwa dokra say enuado na Muslims for chire ni ntino sometimes what your crowd say another takra na me nkodwan wo mo efiri so omo yade amade ye fa too much
okay
ntino anope Muslims ne de wahene yamfa ndase fa mo na busumi baako akontuo a omo ekom omo akire kom na mpai bo no so ni made baako omo mbo omo ma omo nko a o omo bo ma mu ye bio mu ni bio oman no mu ye Muslim mu nya Muslim na omo bo mpa ye ma mu
sure
ntino we de ya ma omo ayiko baraka da sala and I say
all right Busafo George Kojo in the Kibi, a member of the communication team, NDC, the ruling party, and Yatin, can bringing the time to 12 into 8. Ade Akye Abia on OKFM weekend edition. So, any now, George, but me, sir, where just on the flip side, this week's out a calf ruling now on the buy regarding 2025 AFCON.
Me te papa. Me te na.
Open football.
Me nya obi a me pe football.
Okay.
Ba asem we die. Me ni die kire pa.
Adenti.
Ni enti me ni die kire ni se sebi impreduasa nyansa semu nim.
Ya ka fa ye no.
Ya ka fa ye no nyansa nim. E na wo hwe a eye ni nkwase kese e ma oma Africa. Already abrofo na nkasa omumbu yen. Already abrofo na nkasa no omumbu yen. Abrofo na nkasa no ye bibia ye omo tan. Ye bibia ye bia no omo free se nke ka omo no. Nanka omo ebigu okra na se ye ne ye kura nka omo free se nka omo na nka enye. Na football a ye bo football ya de bakwa na ebe mitrim ni se football no e wo branches bebre. Apart from say ball na omo ball no branches na wo mu no dose ni bibia. One mo omo ball no bet for the ebe. Enti na bet for no obi mu se Morocco be wini, ebi mu se Senegal be wini. Enti finally no Senegal ne wini e na de ma no. Na se ye de ma Senegal a ene ya wo kan. Enti bet for no san ko ekire na nkofre individual obi o wini ye bia amfeska na mra.
Legitimate question pa no raising an opinion.
Eno no eye asem baako. Ade baako so sa wo mu no so no say Emma yen Africans no. Emma abrofo no be look down upon us. Unim.
Already no where them the kakra so a Jim Carragher.
Aha.
Onumpo de okasa de fa AFCON no na even before ye ba be 2025 then as a drama African players noted ones kika o madwene kire no a. Where that's why I've indicated.
Enti ade baako ewo mu ne say CCN no emre bia no abrofo no use as a bureau barometer e di ye o ma de papa bi hwe ade wa caf for ye na nya caf for na ye o omu tietie abrofo no e na abrofo no be hye da pese omu sei wo mu omu hye da pese omu sei ye no a omu pese omu hye da gu ye ni mu ase na omu hye da pese omu de di steady bibi ya ye guinea pigs a omo pese omo de steady bibi no enti no omo ahyeda e na omo say oh munye ni say enti se de ya omo de ade aye se eye yia no omo ahwe so no omo de ahwe omo o de aye omo football se anya yie nsusu na se ni ngwase abade a eye den a omo de ade asset example enti when na omo ye nyina metuma ka kiro se omo ni abrofo no a na tenase na abrofo no ama omo advice ena sebi asentini ba be didi watemu na se on pese me nya asentini o ba on ba be didi wateda so pese o be didi wateda o se sebi ade na omo aye nyansa nim ejimie oh yes ade na omo aye na ejimie because ade no bi wo ho a now ade ba ko ne se mo de medals na mankrofo no ebi kọ aburuchire ebi kọ baabi enti tambe no mo betime organize we nyina two enti omo sa ba be frem Morocco fo na de omo de aba park no so asa ba be celebrate it is said ye celebrate ye e wo park no anso na omo de cap na de ahye omo nsa ananse omo de be individual homes ananse be bia players no bo football bia na omo de medals no be kwakoma omo ananse omo e de na omo de cap no e de ahye omo captain nsa and secondary entino Senegal for no sa ba be faka na play na omo nyina tenam na omo de medals ne eyina de aba say second position so aya na omo ma medals
ayo mama
aha na fe omo de na aba na we mu so asa organize omo de no na omo so de ama omo ana amebo a enti wa sebi impredo asa nipa ya ade we a nyansa wum ade bia eye complex no ade no se mo dwene ho na se mo realize say okay baby ade na eduro no ni esie nie ma yamfa ntofo ne yamfa nto ba ebia next time ebi sia na ye hunu se de ye bekuta no enya nsem nyina ena nipa at time bi wo ho a ese wo ka da bi enya nsem nyina nsem ne bi wo ho a sebi wo ka na wo de ato na afa wo dwene ho ebi na wo ka Morocco de wo se 1975 Morocco fo no anka se ye bi no de na omo ye omo de to adeta no the same Morocco no na de omo agade ama omo
na we ha jo bi su ba argue say bia na per the CAF rules na at that time e wo ho no
na salon nim
na bia enim afi na bia
e
wo ma ya amendment aye ye bia
and yes amendment no kwotena lawyers no mo kwotena say yes amendment we say no mo abon omo abon papa ni omo ne omo san ko law school
aba se wutie CAF president so a wo se e wo CAF mrem se bibi se asi
me nka se ni mrem se e wo mrem omo abon e wo CAF mrem a in fact omo abon papa omo ye failures papa because the reason to omo ye failure na say entimu as a lawyer obetima kwakotena se gu the whole Africa nations enu ama ye ni nguase we se wa hyemra to na mra ne se na okosua no se football na nkasa na ye ball no apart from omo gina pitch ni so omo ball no in fact omo do omo ye kitwe bi ba abontene no nsem a ekoso football mu no do se ne bibia nipa kuma di game na echi nipa timi wu wo game no nipa timi tena fie o hwe ball no kra keke na obi luso anu wo wu na sa otimi tena se na mukotena se as lawyers I respect mu se mu na mu sua mra nyina wasase so na mutimi kotena se na sa mu hyamra we a mu nyina mu san ko law school na mu ko sua ade bi mu anaza nya lawyers na ko hye nya lawyers ana ko hye sa amra no ntimi de nyankopon se anka na kore CAF wo ku Africa ni mu ase me pe football ba asam we ba ye me die kire pepepepe me monitor case no omo me se obi enu won ka senti a omo
I think I know Senegalese president anka CAF no vanko
me vanko ye den me vanko ye den ani am de be sensi okura no me ofie kura me de be sa no me vanko wo de ya recognize press enyame na me J CAF no kura me kura me film kura because sebi imprede asa ade na omo ye nyansa bia enim
all right
enti no when dia eye ni ngwase ma Africa enti Africa we say no me nyame beka kire the whole Africa presence and as the concerning football lordship no mo wo man ba bia ne say obi anfa na ntum no mo condemn ade we say omo anye sa ade we sa no a be makafo no megu yenim ase a kire Europeans ne mre bia ana Europeans no so be set yen when Europeans no ma set yen because we do ma set yen papa omo sheda omo hwe se ade na aye se ebe ya de papa se ya de papa dia fine na omo de aye omo football se anya de papa dia ene na omo ye free omo football mu na omo de omo mbe nkra nya omo na ye mu na mo ye mu nkwase asem and no man will say Africa for any I didn't quasi asem. A year ya omu trouble omu say muna modi mu quasi asem ye de ma advice na mo koye. Say obi ma advice it's up to you. Say obefa anan say obejai. Say ukotena na wo hwe say emmoa wa na we jai. Ukotena na so free say bebo ho so na wafa. nka we ni de nka yeso omu jai enya mre bia na obroni ni mu nyansa hu enya mre bia na obroni ni mu nyansa adia bakwa di atu ya adwene mu ni say mre bia obroni de wo ye 100% mre bia obroni de wo ye 100% eyentro we obroni di mu aye so won said de ekọ mre bia obroni wo no wo hwe ni interest o wo black no wo won fa ho anti we ni de calf wa fairly big time.
All right. George Medase, now, also Kwame, what are the greenhouse farms doing to avert the situation? I believe you are referring to tomatoes as semono, bedusu, and Ebisa way on Facebook. So, happy Sabbath to the next national chairman, NPP, Boachie Jako, from Esion Kwa Inteso, and Esio de Baye. We are streaming on our social media platforms. No join here, Yankoma, Yachuni, audio thought, views, Eba, Yabekin can Ade Amount. Now, George Yanko Komonoswa. Mampedi John Dramani Mahama this week. And now, Obeboya Maniese. Security recruitment in Ayakosana, Kasabibria Betri. Number of Nkrofa, Wamuko apply, quota, Yehia. And it be President say, Yamfa 40,000 and na enka and you can enanke for 5,000 40,000 and na yamfa 40,000 in right now. Enuna as someone you be no pain say, how did we get here? See him say your cabinet meeting, Eko Dwendwene and Samoho Titune. Matters of security, dear me sure say a beba cabinet table so. Enti enkomo be na course wa ye hu say number year president e ka no. Enke beba won komo ne agree nanka no nanka from the word go. Ye be work towards na ya twam na ba be duru say yansana asema ba president de 40,000 baba be kan.
Menu ya Kwame medawasipa ene question na wodi atom anyway. On say ewiasemo a ye ba ye emre bia ye koye nimu na aba ye chi. Abrabon said ya ya no. Ayete say asebia menimu a mempese mebodini. Wosakọ wanimu a na wasa abisa aba wachi. On say starting no na omampenini His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wonimu se ebia mbebunu na omutifie nu edos bebre sei na onya we na emra omu hihye budget no na adwene se ebia wo fa 5,000 po a 5,000 no ebeboa reduce mbabunu no e wo man mu eyi bia kopim no 4 years na emra ye omukoye a omukoye selection no ema mbabunu no ena oho na otena se no hu ye se na nipa 500,000 egu abontene kire se omunyina epe edwuma se 500,000 dia na se me fam 5,000 a year dia endi emu se memmoa oman no minim se nkrofo we enegu ho endi be bia mekọ biara mekọ akofa sika medi ba be fa 10,000 a year no kopay me 4 years na mbeye enu na ma omampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sa friend cabinet no say mumfa 5,000 sanfanka 5,000 ho every year enti a year no for the 4 years no be for 40,000 no enya only 1 year we enti no a year bia no tisi this year oba be fam 10,000 next year 10,000 saa kopim so obefri akunya no so and utimi hu say woman penny his excellency John Dramani Mama media me meda na say watimi agwakotena se a wadwene ho a wohunu sei emu say sometimes no president be a mistake eya na ye no nkrofo na wama omo appointment no every say obi to say president answer na ono obeye ne bibia no ne ministers na de report no be bre no answer na minister no de beba no wo cabinet meeting no eno na ono agina so na ode akasa ono awonfa ono akasa na adwene emfa nya bibia enti no se obi beka bibia de etia his excellency say ebia wa na wo hemfa na de ni na wanye ntem a ende me frisi ne brem no bekwa ama na minister no eye mutaka because ono na nanka eseso de update ni ye de koma president nanka president gina so na ndia ko de ya na budget ba nyinyina nso no enkechi every say president say ni omo fa no sisi ano wa increase no to 40,000 na 40,000 no ebe ya yemba na omutiti fie no so bete na ohimba
yes sir
adia bakwa menhu ni say NDC yepe too transparency yepe prepare ye dodo
your party home no
yes yepe semre bia no bibia da ofinchem mentimi hunu say Jesus Christ opie free NDC mu aminim MPP betena so for solid 8 years 8 years wahene what is it da kurukura ankrofo bia akonyina elwak so mo pe military what is it da kuro omo gina ba bi say ye fa soldier for police for before I bet you so mapie before I bet you say pass out but NDC for no say ye dia ye nko an minim say Jesus Christ no ye fie NDC mu na so pie free ye na ye dia ye nko amre bia ye pese ye bibia fenchem ye be na fenchem at the end of the day so na dia ni ngwase enso abre any ene because MPP betena so 8 years efa soldier for efa police for efa immigration efa customs efa everything obiani waso ponte hunu po publication na beba na mo beka say publication na ba o papers so no obekwa koduru no samre no ma yade na atwam kura dada entimre bia no nim na omo wo bibi onya buso omo say na the man recruitment way e course omo so oni e wo backlog wo enya bana say mo kotena stadium say de etia ya buso omo so oni e wo backlog na na wo but NDC bedru power no NDC for say omo pese omo ye bibia afinchim we MPP ni o we NDC ni o we die ni o mo nyina mo ko elwak we die o mo ye die o online ye to forms obi anto wo obe qualify ni yamfa sebi nka NDC su ye omo die te say MPP die no a mengi ni sinka problem ye nka aba betu ye nka betu ye enka ntu ye enka ni ngwase we nka aba betu ye nka ntu ye but anam say NDC no omo de mre bia no oman ni na ye chichire hwa oyin kwame enyina ayeti we me amemeti amenu kase ma contest election na recently this year ko ye mi ko bi azunim still amini adwuma nkura ye o mami nka se mi nkire se ke ye MPP mu a enke se break omo de obekwa akosha ba bi se wo ye won omo de obekwa akosha ba NDC say sikasem na ye dene enti mu mayantu ya boas mu munya so omo so obi an qualify o mu nyina mu qualify na so mu nyina mu ntum boas na yen hihye sikasam ne yie ensa na mo amomu ni adwuma ye bia no ye bepe ba bi na ye de mu nyina de ahye enso sebi enka ye nua party for that day ya enka se bre enka o mo pushi mu nyina he se be se ne sika no se le mu be ye ne bia statis enka ebi ni se bia omu ade sika na akasa no omu akasa omu mfa ma oman no puntuo enti no omu de omu develop omu human resource no NDC develop nation no MPP develop omu human resource omu nkrofo no ena omu dis candidate show omu bottom but NDC de ono say ye de ye man no obiara oman obi afri oman nim obia ye Ghana ni enti obia nko stadium obia nko elwak na onko gina ho na sa wo qualify nko ade a yamfa wadwumam yamfa wo security service mu ene obetina MPP ni bia akogina ba bia NDC fo na bibia omde ombeye bia na asem gba kire because ye ne papa ni ntam asem wa kire ade bia obeye ne papa biara no asem beba
but this one process na minister and our ministry they to ho na they fa security for yi
yeah
so beka se ne papa mu a na ma ne koba ne say AI ne ho nkro ne bayi process and system of validation no ni na so obeka ne say
na say obekwa ko fill o forms online minim so we NDC ni ana MPP ni ana meboa hwe ade ba ko ni ohene say o fill o form online na wakwa ye obi bia online se bisa we MPP o we NDC ni o we PNC ni o we hwan yo obi ehu ena waka kire se wo wunya we sa wo qualify a wa qualify obi eni wa woni wo qualify a wa qualify ba enu ni ye mo nka metuma aka se sanya AI asem ya wo kai ane ababedi hini ya enka metuma aka kire se nka one of the best system what na say ufie what throw exams sa we MPP ni a what na ufie na wo throw ye wa qualify obi ehu wanim and concern is bia ye nyina ye ba be hia ne atena se na ya twro mimi tuai MPP fo amene omo te danso ma nyina amene mo mu nyina enti embanse me kwa twro exams na se MPP ni bia betinam na se ya twro bia metuma kwa wo wase oh we MPP ni o enti we mamon fa ma no oh we PNC ni o mamon fa ma no ba we no susu de ni genuineness ne se ye nyina ya tena se ya twro ye wie ekọ o qualify or qualify o fill from no one for NDC and MPP and PNC bi ambem because bibia ya politicize bibia masisi na aye time and you can say the komo ye no online bibia de wahene kwame enka me de enka ye one of the best system your friend is saying we owura kufo buy a wade Ghana card e de buy odi baye ye beka say almost sisi ana ye nyina eto ne ye wo data e wo ye system num data ene okotena na say bia ye hwehwe wo data ye ntena say nkoka say ye hwehwe data no say wo ye NDC ni ana say bia wo ye MPP ni ye hwa ye wo data na wo wan twro MPP wan twro NDC o say one of the best system enti kameme nko ade a enka boni bie ni saade no ho enka ye papa but ni o manye ebia ni ankoso yie no ye nhwe na next time no e ma ne nsi biem ni a ensi entwe yie bia no ye nhwe na next time e ma ne nsi biem hwe say soldier for dey a emra recruitment no first time na nipa nsi ewu ya media so rest in peace nipa 6 year di kan e free mu omu free mu wie hwa fe de omu ba be recruitment hwa se de omu chiche mu what dey say se de omu chiche mu meaning omu asua bibia e free mu me gidi se next time no ensi se bia mu if in this time kra se de omu ye ne no kra no omu a kire se omu improvement abem And every mistake be a baby piano. A many pessia, a two and a more for fro.
All right.
Hey.
My now I say 36 minutes into 8. Live on OK 101.7 FM Ade Akye Abia weekend edition suni. Niatini ni your communication team member of the NDC, the ruling party. Ora George Kojo in the Kibi. George Krobi Asante Baba join Deputy National Communication Director, the largest opposition party in Ghana, NPP. George Martin.
Kwame, me Josu.
Naboko there.
This other room on say, Ade Akye the say, Eyala. Ade Akye, regardless of the situation, you still have to give thanks to God. I think that is what is most significant. And the na mi ahwe yen kwanso. I mean, ene homeda, but adwuma yakofa to yehusu homeda nim. Nti wa ohwe a unia body na emre but when dey eti no ma menchi atiefo eti na mempa ucho Mr. Mre na mode maye no ya mantimi meba no menya issue kakranti no mantimi ameke exactly the time but meba na metimi ni anso an wokasa no enti no those time na me hearing then I was able to monitor whilst I was on the road enti no yebet me the home komoye enti me ya obuza be okay
na enran so yenuanom muslimi fo wo moda kese da ponda kese na omdi wi Ramadan na Dr. Lai Mamadu Bawumia waba
in fact menye sure so waba but be ma menchia me nuanom nkramofo Ghana ba bia obi a wotia na pa wo KFM me mo barka de sala unse sa hwe sa akonto ya omutu anya easy right. Some of them me know no law school it's not easy cry I'll share remember say they are not taking it lightly cry it mo mu nyina barka de sala na afi so no ye mo mabaso it's say hwe yes a konchire mkramufo ye na me ni nua be adwen say omo nyam omo ye de ball mpa ye de ma oman no nyina enti no ye bebo ma baso ne asre twiri ampon inshira se onti omo mpaibo because sala ni nyina no I think say the pompon so ne say almost say alarm should listen to their prayers enti bibi biara omo de akwala nimbia say onhwe no onye na for my bambo ni asetena mu yedie ni bambo ni asumdie no I think say e be sre rade say onye to my ntino enura me namfofo nkra bra kwa honim me namfofo nkra mofo bi a chese bronya dura me no ma na die me nti o mon ka kam so we de ketwa no kesipa na ba
sa na me so na me ka kire indiki bi kura sa na alaji wa abo ka kire me se we do
mo ka chese we ketwa na kesipa na ba ntino ma me ntia me nu amed ba bi obi am chia na ketu kesi o me nyina yinimu once you hear the this time no mo na di bronya no ero be di last time I am say nyuma ni be complaining say yenuano muslimi for no omo mpai boya aya na companies ni bitimi support to with foodstuffs but then edru Christopher ni be so a omo hu ni sa
na ye
fast concern bi
say ye fasting and prayers
but what is that concern what is
Martin
no, but me feel say any issue I was say hardwin but then the company no one in there I mean why not a Christopher di bronya na free say betimi aso ma senior fair enough omuntimi na me Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia the next president of Ghana oni ya ma me Samira Bawumia e me say omati omna chikakra but Dr. Bawumia on fa den kra mosumuni agro timi say ba bi omo obi omo so sala no omo di omo de Michi MPP Penifo, Michi Nazara the National Nazara Organizer. First they say coordinator, they say organizer. Me aminu ya penye as this foot ane Alhaji Masaud Chamabuga Buga. Me ya Commander Salam ni inu anum kramufu nyina, Michi omu nyina Regional Nazara Organizers, Consensus Nazara Organizers any polling station for omu yen kramufu ni Ghana nyina eche. Yatiasi mu ano no ana.
Yatiasi mu na enkomo ba ku na. Se me ma 3 minutes na so ka bia. Kafu die hia me pa.
Board here no. That decision, I don't know. Minister said there's any such precedent. Is there any such precedent? Say within the football fraternity and I say football history muno. Akosi akan. O man be a winning cup. Ye the award among. Penifobia ko share them akwadwina ho say football na ye winning home cup ewa agokraba so no. We dey o man ko share them and almost omoji cup referee o man ya win. Minti bi mpanyin sem da. I don't know. Well, I stand to be corrected. But then is there any such precedent?
The football pundit no a danko akuya bo ani Africa jo mu ne ani madonnom ne
Bongo di Farah no
Sadiq mu ina obi aka say no we dey yenti mu
no yenti mu penny da be obi ne onim football na nkasa na ye bo no park so no me ba na meet me no okay fine, what happens to omo so invest here omo twa bet omo di here omo twa bet so are they also to refund the you know process don't make it another because I mean I cannot understand it. Football is played on the football field on the pitch. So if a team is now Morocco for now, which team and what tournament in Manom in discipline as you know? They were very indisciplined. Very, very indisciplined. And at the end of the day, ball I ball. Yes, football, we've witnessed instances where the game will come to a halt for some time. Players, tempers may rise. Players, coach Bekasa, later they will come back to the field and continue. This is not the first time, brah, Kwame. This is not the first time. It's, you know, I mean, I don't understand. I don't know. Because, say, your brah, say, you made decision. Say, decision be a precedent. It's, you know, is that the kind of precedent CAF wants to set for the football family now? And it's a dangerous precedent. Seriously, all over the world. So far, we monitor all the platforms. What is happening? And I don't know if the micro suggest say Kodak blacks no. Even among the blacks no, you see there is equal among equal. I say omo tesoro no, omo fa tutu for no nyehwe.
North Africans no.
As omo fa nyehwe. Do you think say Egypt, Algeria, and I say any of those countries in the winning tournament we are compete with the omo fa kwan omo this Senegal for fashion? I completely disagree. I so crazy. Decision a bon time. But I mean, Africa, be possible, you know. The continent we live as a be possible. And me, you the home and think company of say Abrofono ni ade. Abrofono will not do this. They will not. I mean, football economy. It is our decision you go to keep and let me say, or China be no anytime be a powerful nation be is involved no. The less powerful country ni win am betimi tintim ni sanomaje say ball na e hu sunsun no bra e wo say hu no agokrama so no say no ye the football no so decision ye de ba be share dipa bi nsem odem no ma ko share dem a kire team o win ikuru wane ni wantimi anwini. It is going to be a dangerous precedent. So what happens to individual players no winning awards no? Because I'm sure say in the thinking of omo selection no most times the about tournament ni be win most of the prestigious awards no individual ones no a co team maybe we need a trophy or maybe one. Sure. So how are they going to also interpret those decisions? Are they going to tell us that those people must also return the laurels? No. I mean it's a bad precedent. Seriously, whatever angle you want to pick it from. Of course, if there was an instance be a armoire, yeshemra edi a solution, and I say if they observe say and ye because we are in the process now. Now the process is over. As right-thinking people, they also say, emra or China be no situation about that emra will forestall it and I will resolve it. But you don't take emra mukrano one who was September be saying retrospective. Dangerous. It me the car for instance emra krane Brian Fanto. En hanga sakra Ghana han ye won be blow di hunkomo. We are even told this Senegal for so I appeal. And we krane you be an trend over no video we are Senegal for the players of the cup na koto or military for. Minutes all be. I was no. I was okay. Say Morocco for the cup round military say Ghana Bema camp. I mean, when we do that, it's not the best. I think the CAF could do better. It's not the best. Football corner, maybe we could know. When yes, we open ourselves for ridicule. As I almost as if I mean, this continent, we don't even know what we are doing. But Africa is a great continent. Just that sometimes bad decisions. And I always know, as your decision be a bit take piano, personal name maybe they beneath taking decision. They do not consider the quality and also the objectivity nature of the decision. As it is pointing to a particular. And then when you do that, you are setting a very dangerous precedent. And the woman say, yeah, Ghana Premier League guy, you know, CAF is the umbrella body.
Sure.
CAF serves as a mother body. Other football authorities, other bodies, so they learn from it. In law, you have very big granum. So when CAF sets a precedent, that precedent is going to have a binding effect on other authorities, bodies, CAF. It's what Ghana Premier League, boy. Your boy, we are not a meeting, I support you, could win it. Na question question okay to kraku anasa
okay
oni ne nkrofo yi ko hye dem mfiri se kotoko nsem fata se o na se me fa kotoko mpu smaller team bi aduana ana haso folk ekokwaje no se has smaller be kotoko na me pe smallest team meeting abo means the football people I know the house people come for me is the biggest team in Ghana and you know my name na basa entino kotoko na smaller team and smaller team it say has ko na yakoshe dem say here has and send fata so much trophy in that's I mean there's going to be a very people may look at it say a calf but they are not looking at the rippling effect because this decision if you are not careful it's going to trigger a bit trickle down and a lot of football authorities they are going to be emboldened by this decision. Trust me, after this decision we are going to witness instances where a football league domestic league countries never bobby. So team in Nigeria by question them you are overturning the decision. And I mean when a decision is bad, the danger of that decision is because decision was binding effect in it, say I'm sure people will think that it's a good decision and they will begin to emulate it. And that is where the real danger will come. I feel the beauty and the quality of our football you may lose it. Because you say a park should be nobody be able to me so said them overturning the actual outcome of the 90 minutes the question now. I mean where lies the beauty in football? If VAR required by a VAR and the football go back, ultimately jubilating to win himself because win himself referee because say offside and I say it was a player that should go back now just when she say referee no baby VAR with the over. So that euphoria that comes with it, and we are losing it. And me personally, I think we are introducing a lot of things into our footballer. Man, look at the rare and its organic nature. No, right. I mean, I condemn this decision by CAF, and I condemn it entirely.
Another issue, George Kojo Esasiani about whom come better so security services recruitment no baby aba drew ya president didn't want him be say yemfa 40,000 applicants and come on na me bisa say ye den e bedru ha na de ne ba ye ntia ye hu na hwase say ye behia this match na ye bedru baby ye bedru ya nsana president ede ne ho bajim say yemfa 40,000 kan ho
Kwabi.
Yes sir.
If we really want to delve into this conversation, say a serious nation, I will say a lot of people have to lay down their tools. People has to be fired. Because let me tell you, how on earth and people would want us to believe, say, recruitment. We've not done any forecasting. We've not done any projection. Any assessment to actually ascertain, say, this is the space, the vacancies. All these security services, no police, fire service, immigration, cost. I mean, governance is a serious business, Kwame. How can we tell Ghanaians say, and you see, I am Mr. Madam me bra, or say President Mahama, no one knew in Judge will be now we say security agencies, sorry, I can't say recruitment. And I love it when you mention that this decision because of important, very sensitive. It it is placed at the highest level of cabinet. Security recruitment and yet the ordinary recruitment are if you are recruiting into the police service, you are recruiting into the Ghana Army. It is not a joke. It is a subject matter you're raising at the highest decision-making level or table. So at that table, no, what was some of the considerations? What were the considerations? The sector minister, no, Edian Obekaya and Penifo cabinet, etimi, say, indeed there's a vacancy. It was a 2-year recruitment. I mean, I was listening to Miniano, and it appears that all his engagement, he forgot say he's talking to the sensitive. He's talking to Ghanaians. Oh my, so disappointed. He's talking to a Mabunubia. Omu Philise, I say, Yedomadachi Ade Agro. So all my brother could do in his entire presentation was to try to neutralize it, make it more political, beat around it, and then in the end, projecting the NDs and say, oh my, transparent. Let me tell you, this is not the first time security agencies, Kwame, a recruitment, or registration online. MPP, we started it. The record is there. Go and check it. This online registration, online recruitment process, MPP started it. When the party people were even complaining, say, it gives equal opportunity because it's a balance of probability. At the end of the day, because BBI are online registration, but then behind the computer, there's a human being sitting there. Come on, look at here.
This is not George.
It is all about prudent management of affairs. It is all about prudent administrative management. Do I mean who is security recruit? Just me try me say abambia betimi aba obetimi fill the gap in the security sector and in terms of employment. No, we did a period of 4 years. No government can do that because you will not have the needed funds to do that. But abambia aba or try say MPP won't go in the history of this country within MPP for 8 years. No, the number of security people we recruited. You beef up the security agencies, numbers significantly. I am not against any form of space and opportunity at the Ghana for. Ghana Nibia Babia aspiration. And as part of the aspiration, in say, Owiani school, no or paper. Ewo akuma paso obesom ne man Ghana. Na sebio o free say o hwe na adwunim, o hwe the physics. No bibi papa bi obetimi aye de abo mana. Such a young man or woman, no, the Ohia or members have they needed support. In any case, I didn't know we crowd or fan who saw so many Maya. Also, quarter forms. And to me, I support DJ President. Don't fall, he's in my class. I support him for the call. Says, I need to yankum that yanto forms. No, I bear means people use it to exploit the unsuspected Ghanaians. Huh? And then we got them last time. Last Saturday, I'm on TV. I make I say,
"Oh dear, no, but my say no. We say, the cost of production. You befa adwuma for normal process. I share system na idea go akwamu no. You know, data processing, computation. People are going to work.
Kwame, this support can always be withdrawn from the consolidated fund. Police service, omo budget. Fire service or budget. I go and see some of the things I almost spend on budget on. Into recruitment, you know what I mean? Are you saying a means of exploiting the ordinary Ghanaian? Hey, let me tell you, last time I mentioned this university, sir, especially I come home almost University of Ghana Law School. Law School, no. I mean, before me quite gampa, me to Legon form. Legon every stage be able to esca. How much you have forms? How many people 2,000? Some for 200. Even the 200 in the the large number of it is the protocol. Opa be 1 Nebus and Crawford to form stage you go treasure. I'm so about 1,000. Who will go interview? I said 1,000. Knowing very well. Oh, Lagos Law School. I mean, me cultural exams sir. First stage in the interview. First stage in the cultural test. Two top forms in we are. Cultural test no. Nyame wa don me qualify test. We are now the cultural test that wait 2,000. You tell 2,000 we are. Who say cultural interview now? Almost another 1,000
interview. I'm
telling you, ask I'm talking about Lagos Law School. Law school over there, over 12,000 money per 1,500. Don't be normal for 200. 200 the crowd will be coming protocol. I'm telling you. So a dangerous situation. I'm not just saying say Lagos. All the institutions in this country, number of forms. I say an avenue for the agencies to make money at the detriment of the suffering Ghanaian. Because Sabio, how on earth, and now you open a system. Accept registration of over 500,000 over 500,000 people who we are saying you can only accommodate 5,000 and you are making over 110 million Ghana cedis from that. Is it not robbery? No, it's not robbery. And in any case, NPP time, if there was this level of noise, agitations, and then like I mentioned, within the period, NPP could not, and you ever system ever apply in but because it was prudently managed, young witness this level of agitations. Hear me what I say? And somebody was saying, sir, because Muntaka was so transparent. Let me tell you, security recruitment and yes, secret society business. It was captured in the budget every year. If you are a security recruitment, it is always captured in the budget. Who we are, the sector minister would have to come and brief parliament on it. Because it is not Muntaka pocket money nor year recruitment, you know. Taxpayers money who come out to Ojo Bushmaka to a skate on me, Timmy, Otto Fuelas, who could be a Gana be a tax that. So the taxpayer money, the Mokoda Abayana was Kayoni now, Pine City, Sax, and Yabuano. It's it is never a dangerous precedent, and I said, the president, here, Rajon Dramani Mahama Essetino. Now, it's
40,000 now,
I'm coming. It's not a question of even, the number is not even my issue. Now we are going to leave security recruitment, at the mercy of the president. I get to the point I'm making. Okay, president, is he not part of cabinet?
Yes.
Financial clearance, no more. So the president, was he not aware? Say, security, ministries, and I say agencies, numbers from the buy, was the president not aware? Are you telling me that the finance minister who has the mandate of the Bama clearance, no 5,000 clearance, not president in him say there's going to be a problem? So NDC, almost say, Mamu, we not quite crocro the jaw, Mamu. Has a creative problem now. Almost said that could create problem, no. Now, Massa Dano, Abayo, crack on. No, my bano, president, necrophobia, Sebi, Grophobia. Imagine more Hakakrano, no more bomb, Abaso, my penny, any po. This is a serious matter. The president is the chairman of cabinet on a teardrum. Every sector minister or the policy program and that's what the initiatives and answer and she shall do our ministry, they will come and deliberate upon it. And the president will be there. So that forum, His Excellency the President could not envisage the problem. I mean, I get to the point I'm making. He could not envisage the problem. So what happens at cabinet? Then on my way, we are not safe. I get it. We are not safe because if it will take the president to come and say, so, number now, within 4 years, not near 20,000, but when you're 40,000, now when you're Ghana phobia, I say, imagine more. No more so board just say, oh, my penny idea. This is a failed administration. A poor administrative measures. Because every effective administrator, who take this year, the first thing, the first component of your planning. You forecast. So the minister for interior should be able to tell us in confidence and in authority, say Ghana within our security architecture, there was space of 50,000, and this is based on research. I get to the point. This is based on data. Yeah, assessment. Yeah, we say our security need as it stands now, 50,000 space.
But
then you break it down sector by sector.
Can it not also be say, Entina Mampeni are appointed sector ministers now, and to be a Munta Kadebai, or no being there no enu eno diaba. All right, be a president in the be who say that is not a real situation on the ground. And now, I feel do adeba ya cabinet ajia tumu no. I feel the akobana say you inadequate.
Bruh, that is why punishment is boom. I get to the point. Because and a security update and a briefing. President every day was just security briefing. From the national security minister, from the defense minister, interior minister. Every day they are supposed to brief the president about the security situations in the country. And the president cannot come and tell us. Then of course, then the president has been misled. And whoever misled the president has to be fired. If per the logic you are giving us, say also Ghana 40 years, say the minister now manage situation then that minister doesn't deserve to continue to live in the office. I get to the point. Because you cannot subject the president to such public ridicule. Because Obia and Adjumu don't know what the administration say. With this decision by the president, that lieutenant president today, a communication person for the presidency, Aminia of Osudiba, thinking it's a Ghana for Baba Babo Munsama Mom, and look at our Western situation. So, okay, President, 20,000 or the Babeka. What was the basis for that decision? Is it based on data? Is the president telling us that no on him say looking at the current security architecture, no, and the part do say no was here, but omu da Ghana for and Ghana for any abo omo so ne kasa. What if enke yankasa These are some of the critical questions that every critical mind be abebusa. So it is not just antics, political gimmick like sad young creative problem no now agencies fire on president ababeka chief of staff munya wotre president said cock and bull story. Governance is a serious business, and I think His Excellency President Mahama, Ghana for ayana dom they deserve better. And it appears I said they are not able to handle it well. And if Miniana cannot say because they've been transparent, system now recruit the bra opa pusa any security person biano. That has always been the system security recruitment. But the point is that we have in this president, our president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the campaign. The message I know they mabunu for you and say, me buy a security services. So a lot of these young men and women, they had their expectation based on this. So to the extent say they are almost functional executives, constituency chairman for any chairperson say, security recruitment now. More fast. Mo yire no ne mo namfofo no omo na ye be prioritize om. When you give such message, you get the people emboldened. And you tell omo nampa was a security bro you know NDC for na supporters. How would I say? Omo nampa because was a young born to an about say nyina security mu. We are forms and what forms in 220 Ghana cities. Over 500,000 people. And I apply when you seek over 110 million. We will ask me for 5,000. Now, if you send this for my bono, we need you matem. And me from where I sit, me when say a poor administrative decisions, and they cause this government this mess. And for the president to turn around to come and say, he needs to tell Ghanaians and say, sir, additional it is based on data. It is based on the needs of these various security agencies, no, because recruitment is targeted. You recruit to address a particular problem in the system. So if you have not identified the shortcoming and answered the gap, you don't recruit to fill in that gap when you don't know the gap.
All right.
I mean, we should not just sit in our homes and think the president is doing us any service. A serious mess, and people must ask critical questions.
That's it. Deputy National Communication Director NPP George Krobi Asante and Yetian Nkano taking us into 7 after 9 weekend edition of Ade Akye Abia on OK 101.7 FM. So any in the Kibi.
That's a break.
News or church on you maybe.
Aye. And the unim sini Abia no.
Wait a minute or two. Now you call news registration as
Menu wakasa waka bibi bebre na menene ya adwene. Ebi wo so ade bebi wonim. Say menene ntime nya adwene. Ebi business administration. Say on what the your friend say administration some of the bamu say poor management dia me de no be ko administration. Say we administration administration bia be ka kiro say ye was short time planning. Your middle time planning and your long time planning. Every administrator and now be a business administration be become we actually. And the anytime be a middle time at planning no ejina wo short time. O long time ejina wo middle time. And na sa wo fa na sa wo hwese short time no problem wo mu a quickly no obe correct na sa na wo dru o middle time no so. Sir President appointed minister. I'm not missing better. No, said the menu I can. Because say obi a mistake. I'm not present na my blame no. Man ka the same thing no. Me say yam fan ko center minister no so. Enti no say anytime bia we obi a wo ye analysis and data and analysis no ye po yampo efeli. Ye po yampo efeli.
And you're that reliable.
And oh, now they ba be call election no. Your friend is saying afo analytics.
Info analytics.
Dia no mo kan o man ka se ba o me be wini. Omo aye bi e ba bia o man ka se ba o me be wini. Ba o me wini. And so there are certain things bi wo wa. Enya always na se ye tena se. Ni ka se oh we based on data. Ya ba be call Iowa so is election recently. The same for analytics for normal by say Ajiano ebe wini. Finally baba Jamani wini here. It was based on data. And so say you better say na semre bia yakase oh data data dia and then ye twa ye ho ntro kakra because data no enya reliable. Data no enya reliable
at all.
Enya 100% reliable.
Okay.
Okay. Data enya 100% reliable. Metira so mienu ana manya akire wi. And mienu we ama akire wi. Na ye the great, especially Dr. Baomia dia no. Na ye one of the greatest on say ade na oye no. Na NDC for da ye na. If we say was say Dr. Baomia be wini. And sa for analytics for a year. Omu yankrofobia omu kasa obi etie. Enso kai na ambem. Is Iowa die omu kai ambem. Enti no enya 100%. Ade ni nya nipa. Omu ankasa so sate o ka bibi o say nipa na tena computer chi. Nipa ya adwene ya nya nyankopon. Enti no so obi na de information e di abre present say okay. Ebia nipa 5,000 ya 5 be boa oman no. Na se nipa ne de bae no omo anya ade no correct na present atena dia akase dabi ebia data na wo de manti omo tena so omo anya mistake da emra MPP ba be pa of from se yenko IMF da etiano so yanka se poor management ana anu po dey affect o man nyina na de o man na de aba na chi abepem nde yanka se no so poor management yanka se no so sabi na wo mo ndwini hunu mu ana yanka se na wo mu nim data no and sɛ wowie wɔfoɔ nsa a na wahwɛ wankasa wo nsa
mɛdase mɛdase ne ana baako bi mu wɔ
hɔ nka ka me last one bi but wo deɛ ma yɛnkɔ ɛnyɛ hwee
ɛberɛ no nti na yɛhwɛ new sim registration yi na wode wofiri party a mowɔ aban mu deɛ meyɛ sure sɛ wobɛnya intel bi a yɛnim deɛ yɛwɔ yi problem bɛn na wɔ mu
ɔhene
because Ghana foɔ adwa wo sɛ ebiem wohwɛ cost a yɛyi nkaeɛ deɛ yɛyɛ NPP time fault bɛn na wɔ mu deficiencies bɛn na wɔ mu communication minister will want us to understand say when a back your friend say internet fraud ne ade so the way nations of the world like I say crowd able to stop it all I can reasons I dey be new one idea minimum so what think come work room a say nka we dey nka hu hia go ahụ media ne one dodo na ya adwen sa na
na baby a wuti de we de hu sɛ megu ahomeɛ sim registration yi sɛdeɛ woka no ɛyɛ ade a ɛbɛma wɔhaw kakra ɛfiri sɛ wohwɛ population a yɛwɔ ɔman mu yɛmfa no sɛ 35 million population yɛmfa no sɛ yɛne a yɛuse phone sisi akora yɛnduru koraa no yɛmfa no sɛ yɛbɛɛ 15 million koraa no a na yɛba bɛyɛ registration foforɔ no ɛde wɔhaw koraa nipa bɛkɔ akɔdi line ɔhaw koraa nipa bɛsɛɛ ne mmerɛ ɔhaw koraa wobɛkɔ akɔdu a mobɛkɔ akɔdi line so a mobɛpiapia mo ho ɛyɛ nsɛm bebree na asɛm bi asɛ woka a wobɛka no wakɔkɔwia sɛ nipa no a wɔde adeɛ no de ba no wɔno no botaeɛ no deɛn ɛbotaeɛ bɛn so ɛna ɔhuyɛ ɛdeɛ na ɔmokɔyɛ research me nua MPP me nua ketewa tena ɛwɔ sɛ biribia based on data enti data bɛn na ɔmokɔhuyɛ na ɔmo sɛ anadeɛ na ɔmokɔhuyɛ na ɔmohuyɛ sɛ okay sɛ yɛsa yɛ sim registration no a ɛbɛyi efiri hɔ okay and mɛtuma aka nso sɛ adɛnti na ɔmo nkɔ yɛ Ghana card so ɛnkɔfa yɛ information straight to mo mfa register ama yɛ ɛyɛ questions bebree but nea ɔmo ka ne sɛ one momofoɔ no yɛ momo yina ya na amanfoɔ
mobile money
no ɛyɛ na amanfoɔ teme fraud yɛ too much enti no the new registration na ɛba no ɛbɛtumi abɔ ho ban ɛbɛtumi ama sɛ obi pɛ sɛ fraud obi mu a ɔntumi nwuram
that is the same as we were told yeah no and now with the mamimisa unuawe Krobia sim registration ya na yake reasons our communication minister Edema say I give you rise to the decision to do a new one in here because say curbing the internet fraud on momo wan any reason ya na mapens mo de ma yen say anu nti ye
Kwame,
yes sir.
First of all, let me put on record. Say that statement na era President Ekomekiye say because there was friction between the former communication minister Mame Esla and the NIA boss intino sim registration because NIA for no antimi and synchronize like a waste because of that friction. It is not true. It is palpable force.
President Nakasano.
And every right-thinking Ghanaian should disregard it. And if we say you such an important exercise will be left at the mercy of individuals. And at what point? And Professor Ken Atifa and then Honorable Esther Usu Ekufu. Ewo friction affect Ejuma. No. Some of these utterances need to be guided. You get it? President Mahama sometimes or Beckham some what they say, but when he speaks, it carries weight. And there were a lot of Ghanaians on bit some netra no mafanetra. But deep down his heart, on himself, some no can I get in the point. A new SIM registration under ESLA. That data, everything intact. Sam George should stop talking and focus. On the ministry. Oh no, I mean yes, I may not be privy to information, but then the point I'm making is say no ministry no be to us and buy. I mean getting it. No be to us and buy because you cannot. I said the nation is being put under autopilot. Obiada sorry, the beba na adwunu no abe.
In the keep where the mincha osu na omode baako ne bae enti ye wura mu de omo ye na nam de ababa besi wo de no so wada roma.
And me free say sir registration nyina no. First of all, when you are implementing a policy and a program, you need to look at the policy from different perspective. I love it. Ghana so yenko sala yenko sim registration. And just yenko sala yenko sim registration keke. Time is money. Why me dem ka say? Time also the better na konso yechi. Maybe also the MTN office. Sometimes we quite days now in rules. So the stress we put Ghanaians through. So if we have such a comprehensive data, a dear pan a necessity the need for science and re-registration. For what? And then also reset in Libya. Now resetting just say every sector must feel it. Where they say NDC is doing resetting. They are on resetting. Into the convenience, no say resetting BBR.
Minister promises a process we no a very convenient.
And the process BBR when the bottlenecks. And no, I can't actually, but I want. And just some George Yanabaka say, oh, no, chabi, DSTV boy, you better so. And then some George by as a minister for communications. What didn't Saka what me I am na Tell me one. Every single promise of my Ghana for did obey. And would the what me deliver? He should stop talking and focus. Because the governance is a serious business. Kwame, a serious business. And ya kasau, and ya tobe. That level of arrogance, the disposition, I annoy a lot of Ghanaians. I wanted to put on record, say it was not true. Say, I mean, the data is there. Perhaps they just want to do their own thing. I cannot sit here. Like when just say, oh my no, are we always supposed to be doing this to ourselves? Kwame.
Yeah, no one for all.
Why? I mean, so why do you subject the people to this kind of unnecessary stress? Why? Because they have given you power to serve them. It's in over and why you move so many. So that's why you have to come and tell Ghanaians.
Most importantly, was they care about fraud.
And you know one thing, is it not this same NDC for, especially this is some George guy. And one in NDC about when he SIM registration. Look at how they polluted the minds of the Ghanaians. Oh, SIM registration, yeah. I said we get here, and so they were the first people to register. So anytime we be omanyi, yeah, bibi abe bo omanyi, na ye papa bi and they will bastardize it. But in the end, no, nature has a way a better revisit. Me, I feel said there's a database already sitting there. Whatever information behind, there's a database. Esla did so well in that ministry. Her record is there. Unless you don't want to speak the truth. na Sam George mra from no any agencies na shana no about a number 10 or 9 of them enya juma hand in hand. Now when you say unnecessary public media attention I our people. Ya tama so kakaka we di amount. Communication sector and a ministry is one of the biggest ministry in this country. Now, OSHA agencies they operate under the ministry. So I am saying that this new registration of SIM is needless. To say the least, is unnecessary, a waste of time, a waste of everybody's time. Because at the end of the day, you cannot duplicate and replicate data. The data is sitting there. You should humble yourself enough. If unima, hey, we predecessor no. Reach out to her. Reach out to the former NCA boss. They will brief you. And in any case, almost free I ministry no man handing over. Handing over note to you, Kwame. Madam, I know most of the things she did when the ministry I was closer to her. And her performance speaks volumes. It speaks louder. Ninsanu adwuma mpaboa na oja to ho no enye mpaboa ketwa for Sam George. Please, it is not for me. This government, you cannot advise them. Omono omati ese o say ye kwan so. Eti bibia no abeka ombeti. Omati free. Resetting na no mo nam. Eti when they are resetting whether what is in existence no ewo ho eye papa o enye papa o. Omo so omo ye resetting. And the resetting it doesn't have any caveat, any format, any template. So far as they have told Ghanaians almost you're resetting, they must reset everything. And they are going to subject Ghanaians once again to this senseless, unnecessary stress and complete waste of state resources. Because this new re-registration, obviously it is coming at no cost. It's a lie. So do you believe that? No, maybe do you believe that that this is not going to drain the taxpayers, the national coffers? Are you believing that it will come at no cost? Almost say service providers, telcos, and the befa honka. How can you believe this? Crocodile the John, like they think as a 2 minutes as your tongue Ghana, they've taken Ghana as a Ghana more. It's when they sleep and they wake up, they be born and they should come and tell Ghanaians. Share okuja tobacco no so the ono so na ma oye.
Mama go in the give you.
A problem, serious problem.
Unye bi asem na so ama o.
Oh, me de say obie asem no so sa na me ka say bia yi mama kire wade bi menua. NIA any telecos for no. Nanka said yes say omo ye ne say. Nanka so omo correspond those days Anna His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo also no. Busa so omo nya sa the same correspondence na ma ye sa akogina so gina lie so e register same na there be because there was a friction between two of them. And in that say ye mpo sa affliction e by. Say ye ka someone mama ye denying the truth. Me what I hate in my life is say bibi ye no kre na say ye na ya shada ne yakata ye ni say ade ne nya no kre on se me kana ka pese me de ade ne de ye neutral say be ya ye be hunu say de ade no ye be deal with the case but ne amenu ane de ba ye no wa bi ensam so ama me pa mami kiro na NIA any telecos for no mo ye no mo tesen emra mo kwa ese na ko mo pese mo kwa gi data direct edi free NIA for no man wa de ma omo ana eye adwuma ye nyina ye wa Ghana ha obi e free ba bia na obai o ena we enche na obi akase no Europe Israel no enti se nde se o tena se na wa kase ne na omo ye wo ho no enya nakora ne His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eka no enya nakora e de na enya nakora wo enya nakora se your friends NIA no ode data ne de ma telecos for na na omo ka so omo hwe no ode ma omo and so se wo betena se ya Minia obi anya no he osi Ghana na ba be te say yi hweye ne yemfa Ghana mfa nya te say omomre no so say yete wo one day ape ye say Ghana yi omo ayede omo sika akwakoye pension pay na yede koto wo no nne yede yensa atoso enti pension fo nyina mo nkowu tama ye pene ebetua moka ye nya saa odi ase ye ntimi ntra se nya saa ye ntimi ntra se Ghana ha enda da manfo enkase bia ye ba besi cathedral na ne ye ne pe bia ne ye cathedral ne ya sore ne ye koye ba bi ne akoto amana de ato ne ye bubu judge say ayi ye mfa o man ne nya se de ono ka se ne ye pe bia ne de o man ne de ye mfa o man ne nya saa ye mfa o man ne nya te se de no mo ye no ade bia ye bia no ye famra kwan no so se de asase ye ne nie ade wei sebi ye nyina be ma obi a stress ba mama se be politicize the party a ene ye no kro mo administration no omo ministry ana telecus for no ene NIA for no omo across for no ye nyina ne ye wo man mu nso enti se nda e omo administration enti so omo angasa antimi am manage ye no o ka management. This is pure mismanagement. So with the institutions mienu se so omo timi ye ade ba ko pe na one more man cross pony ye amade na anye ye and that is the mismanagement na no talk about administration no and no say me ka kire no a e ma won ka say your friends Sam George emia na no anan so on ka dia na ade bia ndc di ne nsa be kwa koso ye reset e ma bi kra benefit MPP for say and enyindam from Kwanda yatimi reset your friend say judiciary amane a benefit mu amanka ya mumu administration pa na ka yedi nyindam ene NDC ni ne di court ya enka gebe ye bia anka NDC ni na anka belusu enka mutumi wini
o nyindam di na nasma ka about sim registration aka mi o say Ghana card data ni na wo so why another registration
and NDC ya reset judiciary ama judiciary na timi edi asem papa amande wahun wanya papa asa ba parliament
kwabe
na kayo mo administration ni a
kwabe
enka se blay
enka jachi question
enka yo mo administration
eruli man no jachi question
enka
na e wan administration na nya
MPP administration mo rule sa case ne da e da wo court mo ntimi eruli because mo ye no kwana bra sa e wo court ye de
jachi question dia no
jachi question dia no
do citizenship na na
say no dia na say o mu dia say afa de be ade na duro no o mu ye wie na afa de o mu rule case no
o say we say o say na rule no o say ya rule o say ya rule
no ya me can say point na mu rule an kanya sa tam na kan say mu rule ya de ntam ya na rule na de amamu what dia say ya reset am ono nyindam and ono a benefit ya baba reset say o ka reset Ghana ya reset judiciary ama na benefit MPP and the reset na reset no ya nya ebone and o mo nya ho mfaso and the reset na ya reset no anya bibia because said ya no o mo antimi ama NIA ni telecus for no anu amba ba ko no ya ni reset ama o mo anu aba ba ya ba ko
genti obi be bi say nti o manya ba ko no repercussions be na de buy
repercussion
amen wa kwanya say new registration
repercussion ba ya ne say Ghana card no said your Ghana card number na e wo NIA or no esi esenya the same Ghana card no ene omo mu use sims no e wo telecus for no ho
synchronize
na good and the bibia ye bia no listen that's one point
if anyway okay sorry
so so kasana me tia this say dem wo someone
o say kafra
papa and your friend is saying eno no ya baako eno omo say am points up quite apart from eno no said yes fraud ni power mobile money so no omo say de bibi say ba be say guide ema minimum ye no yeto ye nim ade omo de ba enti automatically no ma ye hwe ade omo de ba ebetimi aboa na ma mo obi hwe ye sika biem na fraud no so mbabiem.
Will you agree with suggestion Uncle for Katenka? Yeah, upgrade rather than new registration.
Yeah, upgrade. But every say be upgrade no so the baby are still ebi obesa alcohol
anyway
say be obesa akwa di line was I upgrade be enu obetimi aya obetena wo dem aye be upgrade ama ana ameboa opo obesa akwa ntie the same enti wo koduru a ene so obekwa akwa upgrade ebi wo kra perform a obekwa akwa fail for upgrade no kra no ebi wa equal to the former wo akwa fail for new registration enti no say enu ma bi ewo ho menu mienu ya yetiwe yenim no ma omo steady yenim no ma look computer for every blessing they said they all can every blessing they upgrade something some twa won tra aha say kanya sa enka run it me bomb the whole world because can engine this run ya o man bia obetima ya say adwuma we but enam say computer ni upgrade ebeba bebaninti no since you man looking down upon any IT person bia wo behu no because they learn a lot enti omo nanim ni omo ehunu omo nanim ni omo de ba enti mu de mo ma omo famra na so omo de ba na ni omo de aba no se enya ade e beboa oman no a na ndi ne ya sa tre se ni a criticize but MPP for the ne ma hu ni se ade bia ye de beba oman yi mu biara on be criticize enka nya sa enka expressway ye ba be ye from here to Kumasi MPs no mo Kumasi na kasa pra ba betra sa criticize se nye hey wow kro a udi MP wo so ye ba be ye road ade akwa wa no watena se no wa criticize aden ye tase akoso boy ye Kwame Nkrumah de ba be those days MPP for ye de ye be read wo books mu so mo criticize mu de bibia ye be ye bia no mo pese mo criticize but mo be criticize akokopem da ben every say mo criticize ade no a nipa no be ye ade no enso nde Kumasi for e ba expressway ya ye ba be ende Kumasi for nyina ehunu se mo APC no kra pompe o mo papa ye nya ade sa me emra me shase no me ma obi ati ase se ade na be ma ye stress se na ede beba but ye nyina ye nim ade ye hye ho ebia na ne eba no so ebia o be ye ba wian me count ebia be bo ye nsem ama o mo efisi se de o mo ba be ye ne ye nim enti se ye tenasia na bibia ne akonde mo present bibia ne akonde mo aban no bibia ne akonde mo government no a we are not being fair
right George Kojo in the Kibi and yet in Kano a member of the
me bo me din na fine pa
Sao
why are there papa
that's it Kwabia Tante say sim registration dey work on the area
me maka say ayi kasa to do on top onko the fact still remains. You see, who are and when we are talking about, he was talking about, he made a statement, a very trivial statement. Say, NDC for they develop the country, they don't build their human resource. MPP, I mean, yet Ube Busa mentioned all administration, one single social intervention. I mean, we cannot reduce the conversation to that. When we were passing the National Health Insurance Bill, they boycotted Parliament. His Excellency John Ajekunkwofo Ekonya discover petrol. Almost say Adjongo. Yes, Jubilee House. Almost say a Potter farm. Unfortunately, you see Jubilee House where they were the first people. They were the first people to occupy Jubilee House. It's our conversation, and we will leave judgment, to the right thinking people in society. Ghana falling the best judgment, May concern and say, as a citizen of this country, when there's an already data a year comprehensive is existing, you don't need to at the end of process lankasano be checking to see how we are better 5 cities. Kwame 5 cities na better no. You see, when policy makers are making policies for the country, because they live at their comfort in Accra, they perceive Ghana to be Accra. Kwame, they make say. There are a number of communities in Ghana. Obi person here called Kuradiso Kotene Biaso. So, did we factor them in our decision making? So you think, and you see, it's painful to the extent that some of these people, the policy makers, they cannot empathize with the people because they cannot put themselves in the shoes of the people. Kasabe na Sam George and Kasa wa maimuha. Oni ni yana nitino sheno. Kasabe and Oman Kasa Omaimua. But look at their performance. Look at their performance. Their various ministries. Look at their performance. It is not for you to sit here and do damage control for him. Ghana for Nankasano, they are observing them. Opa monitor the new app, the blue app, no, and as a new media, and so people are talking. Who say they are incompetent. It's me, Kwame. I have said, and I want to re-emphasize my point. Say it is going to be a complete waste of national resources, and a complete waste of everybody's time. But then let me also throw this question to policymakers. So when they sit on a round table and they are making decisions, they should not perceive Ghana to be only Accra. Some of us, by the grace of God, we travel, we move across the country. And there are places in Ghana here, when you are doing something, now it involves the internet, any idea. Ufri say easy because in Ghana baby ubenya data, ubenya internet. It ufri say Ghana no, when you are making decisions, you only picture and cry. Now they are with decisions, you know. And a two, and you so laughable for Minya Penny to say you don't need data for serious decision making.
I did not say that.
Oh, say yes, data na data kura e faili. Yes, I know.
Me say 100%.
But
listen to me.
No, that statement ought not to have even been said. But I say, so who said I agree with you, but I'm saying that statement you should not have even made that statement.
Say 100%.
Because you see,
100%.
We are living in information world. Every critical thinker, every policy formulator or implementer, no, you need data to act on.
So whether
you see when we talk of Kwame,
so now
when we talk of data, when we talk of data, Kwame will first they obtain data no, and they determine the quality of decision who decide data but take it or leave it. As a government, you cannot make decisions, especially on recruitment into the security services, when you have not conducted a thorough assessment of the agencies to understand and appreciate their needs in terms of human resource. They make a requirement here. It's the president, sorry. Oh, now it's okay. I am my birthday in I am my birthday in I mean, true, you want to Ghana for so actually security agencies, 5,000. Is that how we are going to run this country? I am telling you that for every critical administrator to say, me recruitment, you know, okay, FM, Kwame. OKFM, the general manager of OKFM. Be recruitment, targeted on him say, now me production, now me here nipa 5, and I was on year. As it stands now, me 2. So there's a gap of 3. Me wana, me here presenters are not me here nipa 4. Me wo 2. There's a gap of 2. It was assessment when you are not a boom. Not aggregating, you know. Wakas overall, OKFM, vacancies for a nipa 50 and a nipa 100. So when the general manager is giving any employment opportunity and as is extending invitation for applicant, that invitation is based on an assessment, a comprehensive assessment
opportunity
that has been conducted. So this is a failed administration. Clearly, they don't have clue of what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing.
And can anybody say?
The same one make you know. But that's the beauty of the game. I mean, it happens. Kwame. So I am saying that NPP, we cannot do politics with this. We are talking about a bread and butter issue. We are talking about the aspirations of young men and women of this country. We are talking about a national security needs. And of course, I mean, I'm not surprised that the communicators of NDC are reducing this conversation to make it look like as a normal politics. I say I didn't get here, where the comment we will be making about this security, I mean, issue say kosi. Wasn't as your family and over 500,000 for the a whole national chairman of a party in the government. When there has been such a national sensitive discussions, this is his contribution. And these are the people in power. You cannot blame anybody. Right. They have managed to find their way in power and they are messing everybody up. It's a sad situation. And I mean, I feel sorry for every Ghanaian. A number of people voted for them thinking that they were coming to do anything better. tell me one single thing about we buy on my year. Tell me 24-hour economy away.
Yo.
I bet baller.
Yo.
Mahama Kenya call lunch away. They commission initiatives without even thinking about sources of funding where they are going to get money, funds to run those initiatives. Or because I say this is a PR government. And when people are asking critical questions, sir, media now, they are supposed to anchor those critical questions. A number of these media guys are completely silenced. Because I listen to you, you're doing your best. But a good number of them are silent. Me say, Opa, monitor the platforms. Now all this government is thinking is how they will continue to artificially look good. So they've turned themselves as a PR government. And they are doing effective PR management. But the reality will dawn on them. And when the time for decision making comes, Ghana will pass judgment on their reckless administration, any leadership from the Ghana. Right, this is not what they promised Ghanaians.
We have about 18 minutes to draw the curtains down this morning. 2 issues. But first on the list, cocoa. A boy still. I said, cocoa,
I said, this is for the old cocoa, I said, but no, you must probably have a chum. The way in this, now that also that be a cocoa naba nightmare, a bear albatross. And I don't move position. I'm telling you, it's one of the subjects that is taking them to a position because they have really taken the people for granted. I will not even finish for you to open this subject for us. This cocoa conversation, they should sit in Accra and keep tickling themselves down monstrosity. If you know the multiplying effect of Saudi cocoa sector, and a serious, it is based on cocoa born and the projections, a bit loan. Ebi dom koko na kusi awa amaye me edu after by the grace of God me we national the first employment I was a district manager. I've worked with cocoa merchant, and if you understand how the cocoa sector operates, some of them kura obi okura na cocoa no efe na ebe so no kura no now why the projections no da kwaji sika bosia odi ho say ordinary cocoa me it's all of these things now omde aye akuafo no eti akoma ne chance no mu. And let me commend the minority leadership and as a minority group in parliament highly for that bold initiative no matter taking now. They are moving across regions engaging for no show and MPP will forestall some mess we
and say farmers now ya video by say minority in parliament no more from no about 50% in your farmers.
Oh minia say I know the Ghana hand you see it is the message not the messenger. Everybody can sit anywhere. What is important and then is how they have sustained the conversation. No man about a national important conversation. And the minority must be credited for that. Because about we buy a phone crocro de jono. Kwame, how many cocoa for? How much trap ya say? Kwati abua, try a mobile. How many cocoa for na wadangoma say? Bon yuri astromason tonso. Sankware, kwapon, kasapin, asumura, fahuyadin, akrodie. How many cocoa farmers and when opportunity to come and sit on your network? How many of them? Their voices and they are voiceless. So minority is giving them a voice, and they deserve to be commended highly for that. About any short change for no more free say be that cropping and as nanu enkomo. But nenu minority na nyabotre church yakriafo say aban we no mo ani aban we ayam nyuna ban. Aban we aban omuni atinka omuni abadaye. Aban we ni ferie. This government they behave as if tomorrow is not there. Because they feel say to them Ghana for a short memory. To them, I mean, in the minds of NDC, for especially His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he feels Ghanaians have a short memory. It's Ghana in a typical Ghanaian no. Me common no 3 years. Na mani nindi na ochum yenu pe. Ni ure befini common na den 3 years no. And I mean, yeah, because some of us we caution them. Say, "Oko jina da kam na wo to aba." Kwame, within a twinkle of an eye. That decision now shall box no will make no. But the consequential effect of that decision now less than a minute no. One way you will not even live to witness it. One way the effect is going to be too alarming and adverse, such that it will have a very bad implication on you. And we have seen it. And then most towns, they are crying, say, as it appears as a doomsday is back. And your man, and your bonnie, if you say, Yatra holding in Anadia, Eba back. And Okasana is $1 of form, Okasana is a fool of form, and the fool is but this is 16 Ghana cedis. 16 Ghana, it is full and form. And we are made to understand, as of mine, say, external factors be any effect our economy. So me tell you, Ukraine, Russia, Benson, Iran. I don't expect any NDC communicator to come and tell anybody in this country, so things are getting bad because of what is happening between Iran, Israel, and America. We will not buy into that. Because it's a John Dramani Mahama. Or say, Ukraine is about 7,000 miles away. It's here then a bomb. A bomb will be on to Ghana. Iran for bomb one to throw black baby. Baby, I'll take bomb at all. Bomb to Abakajan. Bomb ento a so to bomb enkoto kejetia. Bomb nkoto adabraka. It Iran for now money America for the omagro. It does not have any economic effect in Ghana. It's full na econo. Yes, dollar no some say of form. And I may say dollar no form, but the point is that obi achira de 1 year untimi ntuaneka or complaining achira say dollar no form. Galam say omo buy omo ye tobe Sam George Kuro ya beka chira and say within 3 months they will be able to resolve Galamsey issues or share the security apparatus or mine one idea. It only takes the political will of the president. And if the president is so serious, not president, a person or papa or committed that within 3 months they will be able to Galamsey from my almost 2 years. And the Galamsey West and almost functional executives crowd. Most of the people doing this Galamsey are on
allegation.
As alleged. But the people that lives in those localities, they know the people doing it. Yeah, as alleged, yes. But the very people now who are affected by these activities, they know the people that are championing it. And so we can sit here in Accra, have the conversation, do the propaganda, massage the issues, navigate our way the way we want. But the very people now who are affected by those bad initiatives, the policies, they are the people that will pass judgment on you. They are the people that will pass judgment on you. I go for the free senior high school. The flagship campaign promise within the first 1 year now implemented here. And I say 1 year. I go for the year rose acquaint in the history of this country within the term. I go for a target is 101 hospitals. Where hospitals are to say. I go for ambulances or the buy. MPP are buying my papa who do MPP are buying. And then when the time came for Ghanaians to pass judgment, mom lofty promises. And then you have promises now I have food. And then Ube was a 24-hour economy question. Now I have food. And then you try so hard to say we are going to shut everybody's mouth. Yeah, more be no problem. Ghana for overwhelming endorsements. And then parliament, numbers, they are there. It's parliament, they don't go. Parliament, I mean, people are not interested because the numbers are for form. But the people that gave them that overwhelming endorsement, when the time for, evaluation, and I say, say, emu accountant, no man to me, akunta papa biana Ghana for the exit.
What I call 2 minutes now do and we see. Back to the cocoa price here, I can once with the minority invading cocoa farms. Now, are you not crying more than the bereaved?
Yeah, we are crying more than the bereaved because we are careful. Most of these minority MPs now, they have cocoa farms. Most of them now who omu free cocoa abusuam ye the cocoa na hwe omo bedu ba bi omo duru no. It is the true essence of educating oban ne say emre ne so na say oban nim de na watimi akwa through sweat no. E was so de be ka bi ma na oban na meka bi ama wa. Eno ne friend rare disappointment. It's minority for no, they are putting themselves in the shoes of the cocoa farmers. They will not sit in the comfort of their offices. They will not have cocoa conversation. I tell people say when you really want to have an effective cocoa conversation, it should not happen in Accra. You don't grow cocoa in Accra. So even for the president to even consider Ade Akye Abia as Kokobo CEO was a step in the wrong direction. And first failure, I don't know. Because the guy does not even understand how the system works, how the cocoa sector operates. And somebody who is an alien to a certain environment, so they will struggle. So some of us, we predicted it. We knew the man was going to struggle. I will not sit here and say Randy said we need to be on trim. Maybe Randy could have done better. Say didn't call anywhere sports. What I say? And then was struggle because one take cocoa and come. Metia, let me what the cocoa come upa. Ya coffee. Let me what the cocoa come. I won't say yes. Me with deep appreciation of how the cocoa sector operates. Because I'm coming from a cocoa growing area, and I'm an opportunity in my life. I Juma with the cocoa sector. I get in it, and you know, these cocoa issues. Say one free baby cocoa for a while, you will trivialize the matters. Ubafane say I agro. So I commend the minority caucus in parliament. The guys are doing a yeoman's job. And of course, Obama will say it is not just a matter of numbers. Quality is important. And then NDC, they have the numbers. But numbers, no, baby, now you move parliament. And because the cost of parliament, no, baby, now you move because they are not able to contribute.
And minority, an opposition party, NPP, are you being fair to the government? Because Cote d'Ivoire, when it comes to cocoa pricing, no. What market you need to determine on the price? Or quite said the ACT one, we are made to understand, say, even huge than Ghana, yedi.
Kwame,
yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, or my penina, or Gino, or my for one, I go for other address. Word market near Tikokusu. Near to meet Sobano Kusium. As on my penina, I wouldn't near way, and if you can think outside the box, in hard times, in difficult times, in COVID times, people were staying at home, so they're not being paid. It was our question. COVID time, people, teachers, workers, public sector workers, most of them were staying at home, but the government was paying them. True or false? True or false?
True.
So a minority, the Becca at forcing. Eddie Ramahamane, Sami Film say, Omunko Catcher Cocoa for and say 3,100, and I was here 36,500. A minority, so maybe to know more position. Now, Omunim say in your planning, there's what we call uncertainties. Not just someone they don't even understand governance because we are leader, we are effective leader. When you are planning, you plan for contingencies, you plan for unforeseen circumstances. Because Akufo-Addo from 2017 to 2013, the kind of leadership I witness here, the kind of economic improvement now you're unprecedented. Inflation for consecutive years, now a single decade. Everything was working perfectly until COVID came 2020 and all the gains made and acquired. But Akufo-Addo, as a leader, I know is sensitive. Now he appreciates the plight of the people and make a profound statement that yes, this situation is going to affect our economy. We are confronted with choice. A choice to protect human lives and a choice to leave the economy to go bad. But then we as managers of the economy, we know how to bring the economy back. What we cannot do is to bring in human life back. And of course, COVID, when the COVID was at its peak, Ghana was considered as one of the countries managing COVID year. And after COVID, the recovery trajectory, Kwame, before saying this, what was growth? Growth was about over 5%. I'm reviewing it down. Growth was the last quarter of 2024. What was the growth? Inflation free about 57%. The buyer will do 20-something%. Everything was pointing to a certain direction. Said the economy was bounding. Say minority for no, we will continue to cry more than they breathed. We will continue to stand side by side with the cocoa farmers. We will continue to be the voice for the voiceless cocoa farmers. We will continue to anchor and make the people of Ghana to understand. Say, Aban way you're insensitive towards the plight of cocoa farmers. All they wanted was their vote and they got it. It's always an number to me do my Ebola. Said woman and Tomago. We will cry with them. Then Yamea Domina Merene Swan. I go for the before cocoa born from around 400 and something. Over 3,100 Ghana cedis.
That
is the difference.
Sende MPP need to me betena se enya te merit etimi bie na no ka koko asɛm a na wotia wo metu nyina na me ho yira me
enja
tie emra na mo se na mo tokoko even higher ema ekuafo no na international price na mo ma o mo 70% na mo ma for 30% ene yate koko price so na ye ne yase yate so no ene ye ma koko farmer no 90% na government na for 10% ene ya baako ene ekuafo na ankasa no se omo beka nokura first no mu wi koko ni di koko divo akoton ema yivi announce aremi announce mu nyina to me koye ho investigations ene ti okuani bebe pene asa di koko Africa na ha di akoko divo ana ene se enye se sebio ye nyi nipa ye ena se aban bi wo ewo mu a ene ni aban no be ye bia no enye nipa fe ene ti ohene kwame ye se okuani fa koko mfa mfiri Ghana ha emfa koko divo bia ma obepene ha di akọ ene Ghana ye to koko je aman na o ma surround ye nyina ene Ghana ye to koko highest eche o man bia surround ye ni nyina ene bo ya research bo mimi nkan kirew bo na hwesi Cote d'Ivoire for omuto ne sen bo na hwesi na Cote d'Ivoire for omuto koko sen ene okuani bia no na obeka je so onye koko smuggle bia obeye biem efisi Ghana to highest check Cote d'Ivoire Ghana to koko eche any o man bia produce koko around yen na sebio ekuafo no akwakwa te say southern sector na omudua koko no owona akwakwa ye nua MPP 4 dia enti ni omupe bia no na omuko hokoka ni omupe bia no ye mpo ese say ekuafo no jetum
ekuafo nya MPP 4 ya dia
minka so omunya na MPP 4 me say akwakwa te say ade na MPs no half nyina mfiri south ho mu MPs no bebre kwanya ho na omunyina mfiri enti omu wo close mark to your friends ekuafo no enti ni ombeka bia no ekuafo no gitum enti na ma omutimi ko da ekuafo no omutimi ka kire ekuafo no say ende Cote d'Ivoire ye to koko sen omutimi buze ekuafo no omutimi ka kire ekuafo no say ye ne ye time no na ye ni aban no for 30% ena yen mu ekuafo no ye ma mu 70% omutimi ko ka kire ekuafo no say yen indem so aban no for 90% ena aban no fa the 90% amamu ekuafo no ena ono for 10% ene omo betimi akọ ka kire ekuafo no nya butre and your friend say mo ene say omo kwa kogu koko no so amomu free omo betimi akọ ka kire ekuafo no say na ye gu koko no so free mamu ana ene yesi ye dindro ekwa akoma omo ama omo de egu omo koko efu sabre no mu na mu yesa ana ene incentives na koko kuani ba benya no emre na mo fa 30% na mo de tena na mo ne administratively na mo tia na mo die no ene mo betima koko ka kire kuafo ne say mo 30% no ana said na ye to koko price no and reduce ana and the original price na reduce and say reduce and said na ye koko yi international level sa na omo down to in tons up to date ana say hypocrite obeda nipa obeka ne ope obeye ne ope bia say mami chiro NDC fo ye nda man for hwe koko syndicated loan mu koji koko syndicate mu na mo ma we mu nyina kura be ye problem kura ma oman na ayese bia Ghana for ya na yure fi nsem bebre mu na mo koji koko syndicated loan na mo ma number of tons amudi sika na ba beto mu koji ya na mo bedru oman mu no mo anya koko no quantity sa anto sika na aka na ewan ye busasi sika na eka ye no ewan ayi kan oforiata first scan because one no finance minister. Wa first scan odi akoko ombre Ghana no omebu akunta kura no odwane akoko tena iburuchire. Sisi a wo permanent citizenship no waka ho. Momutu sebi asa wa shamoto. Amontimi nhuri mfa mfa jaso. Enso mutu won so emre bia no musa anya ayi anu sa kasa. Se nkanya mu a nka oman nkanya ba bia ye ginani o. Una mu de oman ye di akọ nachi. Sisi aye kokko no, omu si lo na mu kwaje ya no a. Mo antimi antua aka no. Ese si ye po yempo, esi ye tua se ska no. Ye betua. Ye tua na ye ba nan. Mu na mu kwaje ye. Anu de mu nka ho asem bia mu mo bia anti o. Kokko syndicated loan na mu kwaje ye no a. Mo anya kokko quantity na fa nkọ no. Ende ye kwa kotua ho ka. Ene de mo yimani afri ho.
You
said there are certain things we are.
Money that was left in Cocoa Board account.
What Cocoa account? I don't know more. I did tell Munkro Fananka. I did tell Parliament Fananka. Why didn't they say?
7 billion was left.
I said, why didn't they say?
He does not what he's saying.
What are you talking about?
He does not.
Why?
Who
can talk more than half an your market? Who can talk more than half an your market? But this time, like half an your market has come out to disprove all what they are saying. Why is it that he is quiet about it? If what you are saying is true, can you talk more than half an your market? I can't find your market about disprove it. Who can mean no credit? Because what you are saying, we need answer. But say about the parliament issues, any sa a year, we need embro your friends half an your market so. And the BPR and this be a wrong, half an your market will come and disprove it. At the time, mechanic walking. So, it remains try and 3 more and fan casem. Fan Kessika winning. Enti, I know or can't be answered about as about the can be so for say, Mama buyer and obey free SHS. And again, free SHS, I'm obey and crocodile and crying na mutu toto, no mutu toto peppers the man crank crack rana. Sa free SHS no. Sa free SHS and non cranny blow school no. Sa free SHS now mudi green, gold, red no. And I traffic light was school munana. I don't know what can 7 dia. Anam kura no wo muntimi nya aduane papa ndino. Anam kura no wo na aduane o medin kura no o sofa no. And the since ya ba ya what is kura bi complaining about aduane o mudi o school mu bi. First na wo social media everywhere. Say mo hwe aduane o mudie. Na kura na ebre. Enso ya ba ya mati bibie mu ana. At least the green, red, gold kura down wo kura no a. Busa sisi ankura be na down complaining. What's ya dia ya ba ya nya hwe. Ya kan se ya ba first year university students. Yabama omu nyina ako school free. Kono go busa first year university students no. Ko say omo receive omo ko ni free anase omo ye den. Ko since I okra wo law school me de. Minim say we are contact to a lot of universities. So I don't even need to suffer about that one. Yeah na ya anye. It is a work we dey try. Wani tua ne ye. But you don't want to say it. The only thing interest is that to just come and sit down here and then mislead people, which is not fair as a law student. Okay? Yeah. No. Cannot
emotional appeal.
No, emotional appeal. Because as a law student, you need to be honest to yourself. I hope you understand me. Because what school no more be. Nientama wo dia na baba me more serious na me ka no because nkai bo wotina na nko aka so NDC for at least my ade first year students last year you fa omu free this year you fa omu free secondary so ya mo bia so apply for SNIT loan asisi ano omo ko level 200 asisi from omo ko last year omo ko level 200 this time no omo apply for your friend SNIT loan omo de be ko level 200 omo ntua school fees. Ati wanyina ne kai se wotena si na waka wanyina na mabɔ mi nsɛm ama wo ba wo wanyina wonim wo so wodi ahye okata ase na wabɛtena na wo condemn NDC I say you are not being fair ape o kan wanyina awie ye no sometimes MPP for I don't know who here is say because mu no asa wo na atua moto no ɛso so ayi amamu hurihuri mfagya so what do you say NDC baye what's NDC baye dia ne yaye ya baye enne mami ka se mi chiro en kamu na kamu dan wa kunya so na ka Iran American your friends Israel
I'm the levy about
me de ba
mami nkasa
mami nkasa en kamu na kamu tesia en kan den ko obi antime nko boode ya dunkwan twapiase oboase enkofa boode emfa makra ha biem because ebranka ya tutu lord fam enso opon place petrol ni yasi atumi o se tutu lord fam ana ke wo comfortable zone a wo kope wo car private car bi adem aso we condition si wo so no enu nti na wo koto ya wo complaining ba me me be ya emphasize me fa me trotro na me baaye said na me tua lord fam sa na me don tua enti no onipa no no dan wo ase no on still we are comfortable onu oni problem sisi awuko eyi amomre so ne yeto mo back se won kuta 10,000 ene eyi a ne mo ye se ne 450 obanya mo ato 506 obanya mo na mo oil ko 12,200 and then ko market obanya oil says 500 600 ato enti diem biem na na ka opese ye ne adwini omo wa grounds no so ye ndwini mo
that's it
Yan scaffold na any adwene omo ho.
Yeah, the over that ala.
Yes, yan adwene.
It has over you.
Oh no. Ya adwene omo wo ground so nya mo wo musika ya. Mo betra so Jessica hye mo a mo de mo aye mo free a wo tira wo ka pepe mo a wo be. O de ase e.
Thank you very much.
Ya adwene body ni no, ya adwene tomatoes wura no, ya adwene nje na wura no, ya adwene ne ode aduane beba krom ama wanya bi ato adie. Na ja at least wa kese mo. O de ase e.
All right.
Adi man ka say yenye bibia ya bi anka ya mu a Ukraine America pa ba be di wo mu ne kase break petrol ke beton more than 300 Ghana cedis enti no ya de bo wu samu maye
George Kojo in the Kibi, member of the NDC communication team and yetene no sana George Krobia Sante, Deputy National Communication Director NPP yeto no so nka ebenifo yabepon na akoya Saturday idie yakonhome titru ni se enuane muslimifo ye na ye azumini ankasa
so oni se ama kromu so aduane ho ene o
watch ni ade
me say ro pam ko pe afio mu adie se afio anya obi kan say ade say bia wonye o nam say
ye pa de onye tize tinumu de na de beche dis ye kufufu la
ye pe ma yo bi mo be no no bi ma yidi
aso hu ba bi odin nam
ala kwa ma kan yi
o ne kan no aka no
enu so hu ya
na ba na o de ba ko pa no aji sa uni oba bi be no amu wadi
o se kwa ma mi ka ro ba kama bi ne te kwa mi achi we o ya ne sa no be bo pa
abide aya plantain chips no chibre
oh